Well, yes, it's that time again. It is Spidey's Outback time. We will have some guests popping on in a second, but we know what we do first. We roll that intro.
Say goodbye to Remy's place. Looking for my friends on a Saturday. Where's Fantastic Lady, Chip and Journey, Beckerman and Robbie Fat Stacks? And they're like, don't you watch MadSpidey'S Outback? Where Lemmy shows up just like that. Live chat here with YouTubers. You better sub, bring a comic cover.
Bow down, bitches. Gobble, gobble, whack, bitches.
My best mate, Lee Simon Sorrow. A Lee meme with some muscle. On here, you better watch your language, or you won't get any of his Vegemite sandwich. Freaky Sid, I come from MadSpidey'S Outback. Talking comics and some smack. Welcome all to MadSpidey'S Outback. You better sub, bring a comic cover, yeah.
Yeah. So as I said, we do have some lovely people waiting in the wings. We have Mr. Heroes for Hire Comic Club. We're still, I haven't got an Ancestry.com to see whether we're like 100th cousin, because he does have the same surname as me. Not that I'll tell anybody what that is. But we do have Matt. I don't put, actually, that's the trade. It's all right.
Yeah, I can't afford the real one.
I still want that book, and I almost got it. I almost got it during the week, and it's going to be another one of my Jinx books. But anyway, we have somebody else waiting in the wings before we get into that conversation. Yeah. Mr. Rob Fat Stacks of Comics. Hope you're doing well, boys. Thank you for joining. Another great show this morning on Only Slabs, even if it was Marcus. But, you know, no, he's very, very infectious personality Marcus has, regardless of his drama-fueled antics. We do love him. And he did have some great books this morning. And some variety, too, which was fantastic as well. So
I just realized I left my coffee over there.
Well,
I'll be back. Yeah. Get it.
Well, while Rob's doing that, we'll say hello to the chat. Oh, he has been dethroned.
Uh-oh.
Christina got in first.
We have a new champion.
She got in just after midnight or my time. Lascrucius got in about 6 hours ago, at about 4 this morning.
You're slipping, Lascrucius.
Yeah, you're slipping. Kev from Entropy in the Comics. Hope you're doing well, mate. We got KBDM. Hope you're doing well, brother. Joffrey Castro in the house. Hello to you too. JSS Brooklyn. Sunday morning for me, mate, but I appreciate the sentiment. And yeah, all nice and caught up. So,
yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I realized that I know people have heard about me, and I kept writing it in the comments. I don't know whether you saw it or not, Rob. I said, let's see if this is going to be a Jinx only slabs, because I did get the notification that Rob has sent the rest of my C3 stuff. And what generally happens is I usually win the weekend after or the week after Rob sends out something to me. So I kept writing, let's see if it's a Jinx. It didn't happen. So
yeah, because there was actually a little bit of room. I could have squeezed something else in there too.
Of course.
Once I finally got the right box for you, it was great. Was I realized the whole time I had the boxes. Because I had some boxes of barbecue wood pellets in the for my pellet smoker in the garage, and it was a box that holds two 50-pound bags. So it's a nice big heavy duty bag. And what's nice is like it was the art prints would fit inside of it as well as the slabs and the box. I thought this was brilliant. So yeah, I think your box is like 18 pounds. So
oh wow,
God.
it's a good. It was a pretty penny to ship, but that's the way it goes.
I think the biggest one you've sent me is 24 pounds. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, well, those were some of those ones that were a lot of books, dense books.
Yeah, it was, the ones from the auctions or whatever like that. So that was my own doing.
Yeah, it's like just over 8 kilograms.
Yeah, but and no, it's funny because we're talking about jinxes. I do mention having jinx books and what I mean by jinx books is ones that I've gone after on especially eBay auctions or Facebook auctions and things like that quite often. And this whole week, I've been hit with one after another in my Facebook groups. And I've had a little bit of spare money floating over from tax refund and all that sort of stuff. And I've gone after them. And I got one out of about the 4 of them. But the longest outstanding one, though. Nice. Which I was happy for. So, but that's why I was mentioning with Matt showing that trade, because X-Men 141 is one of those jinx books. I love that cover. Always wanted that book, and it's a very rare book over here. It hardly ever comes up, and it came up, and I missed it by $1. And that's the problem with Facebook auctions is you can't see if they're cutting it off at a time. You can't see any like you can see on eBay. It's very, very hard to snipe it at the end. But
they're kind of my goal is to get that cover and the one with the Sentinel on it out of that storyline.
The Days of Future Past
Heroes Con this year.
I have the whole storyline except for that book. That's the only one.
That's even worse.
I have loved that cover for years, and it's the old story of I had opportunities to buy it 20 years ago, and I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for this book when I'm on, $10 an hour retail wages. I can't afford that. And of course, it is what it is. Hey, Kyle. Hope you're doing well, mate.
Sorry.
To be perfectly honest, I didn't plan it this way, but I kind of realized that I did. So I have a Wolverine shirt on and a Deadpool hat. I didn't even, I literally have piles of T-shirts that I can't fit in the cupboards. They're taking up a lot of space, and I'm being very lazy. And I have piles of hats, and I literally just grab stuff when I'm packing my stuff to come to Beck's, and sometimes coincidence happen.
I've been having bad luck. You talk about bad luck book, there's Dave Stevens did a cover for DNA Agents. I think it was issue 24. And I've lost 3 auctions this week trying to get that damn book.
It happens. It happens a lot. Yeah, it's I've literally, and the thing is, each of these Jinx books, they've had books that are like in the small sort of run. Like another one for me is Strange Tales 169, which is first appearance of Brother Voodoo. That's another book that I've been after for years. And he had 169, 170, 171, and 172. I have 71, 72, but I don't have obviously the first and the second appearance. I won the second appearance, but I missed out on the first one. So, but yeah, there'll be some mad mail calls coming this week, which is I usually don't do a lot of mad mail calls consecutively, but yeah, there'll be a couple this week by the looks of things. So, but yeah, I've got a little bit nut.
When I open my boxes, I can't wait to do a video, and I put it out right then. I should probably schedule them though, shouldn't I?
Oh, and there's I know like Rob does his Monday mail call, which a lot of people love and a lot of people watch. Like me personally, I love watching it as well because it's freaking always bangers, and it's always books that Chris is going to get annoyed by, which is always hilarious. So I get annoyed by him too. DVH.
Evening, sir.
Evening, or morning, or afternoon, or night.
Morning for you, yeah.
Good morning.
Like me, when I get mail, because it's not regular and it's not often, I do the video that night. Like unless something's happened where I've had a bad day at work and I don't want to do it, I generally will do it straight away because it's more of a rarity thing for me. What's going on, Tate?
Tate.
Hope you're doing well, brother.
Rob
the stream junkie.
I finally got my.
That's what I am on Saturdays.
It's called a stream haul, Tate.
Well, Saturdays I just
I got those today.
like to hang with
after another. What'd you get, Matt?
They're pretty cool.
I got cover A, and then I had to get this one.
Getting Frison.
Yeah, and then I got
the bit of a theme for today. Oh, that's cool. I actually like that.
Yeah, I liked it better than the cover A. I always just pick the one I like, but I always get this one right here on the Transformers though. I like it.
Now you're speaking DVH's language.
DWJ.
Yeah, I'm all about it. I love those covers.
And I thought this was cool. Homage to the Dark Knight part issue 2. It's
that's actually pretty cool.
Absolute Batman. And I collect the Peach Momoko, so that's what then I got my friend. Look what he sent me for free. The foil.
Oh, nice.
Foil Doom 1.
That's awesome.
Because I know that was like top 10 list stuff.
Yeah.
For a little bit then, obviously around the Doomsday talks and things like that. So, but no, that was it's cool.
Today's one of those days. Tomorrow's the day I get to find out. I've always dreaded when you go. I don't sell a lot of stuff, and when I do, I generally just I have a price. I'll sell it for. What's that? I don't do a lot of auctions because I'm always afraid that I'm going to be the guy who puts something up there and it's going to sell. It's going to end up selling for way less than what
you need to get out of it.
I've been burned like that several times, Rob.
Yeah. So this is the first time in a long time I've actually put some books up for auction, and it's like, it's always they end tomorrow, so it's always like the whole week you get all super nervous because nothing happens, and then it's it's not until the final hour that they move upward, right? And so a matter of how much does it move upward. It's like I'll be like I won't be broke, if they sold for what they're at right now, I'd be a little disappointed. But I mean, I'd be okay because I didn't pay for the books. They were or not directly for the books, they're all from mystery boxes and stuff. But at the same time, I'd be pretty disappointed. But I'm hoping to get a little balance out of them still. So, but I'll find out tomorrow. Will I be able to go hunt for something, or will I be just a guy who can buy himself lunch?
and saying on what everybody knows, I don't sell anything, I prefer to give it away to somebody. If I definitely don't want it, I'd prefer to give it away to somebody, find a new home for it, regift, things like that. Obviously that's Simple Simon's been the beneficiary of a lot of that stuff.
You guys are all beneficiary of a lot of that stuff for me. I mean, that's what how the giveaway bins started initially before I started shopping specifically for the bin. But and some of these one of these books I might have put in there, but all these books are ones that are normally, I will put, the cast offs from my mystery boxes in there. So every once in a while, there's just these are just a little bit higher value than I would really want to put in the giveaway bin. Although it would be fun to watch, but at the same time, it's like it could set a bad precedent.
Yeah, I already feel like you're on a slippery slope as it is. So
I definitely skirt with it. Yes, that the Secret Wars 8 really skirted with that.
Exactly what I was going to say.
But again, I got that book for $21.
And a very, very mid to low grade sort of book.
Yeah. It had a lot. It had issues right with it. So, but at the same time, that's just the way it is. But when if you start putting in books in there that are like $75, $80, $100 books in there, then all of a sudden become even if I got them as part of a mystery box, it just starts to become like a slippery slope bit there. A and B, the reality situation is like, okay, you know what? if I can get $100 for the 3 books instead of giving away, well, then that means I can put that towards something else that I want, type of thing too. So
Yeah.
I have to remember that there's that element of it all, even if I hate doing it, because it takes too long to enter these damn books in there. And especially since I even put them in there, I'll make sure, oh yeah, you can sell, especially with the eBay the way it is now. It's like, hey, I'll ship it internationally. I don't care. Here's what the international pricing would be for, it's like.
At the end of the day, like, and that's like, I know I've said it a million times, and people are sick of me saying it. If people are willing to pay the shipping to send overseas, what's the problem? Like, so many people with the mystery boxes, I've complained about it millions of times. I've said, I'm paying the shipping price. You're not out of pocket or anything like that. Okay, yeah, it might be an extra form or something like that, and a little bit extra hassle.
I think for some people, that's it, is that they're intimidated by customs forms. Even though the post office, if I ship it UPS, it's a pain. Don't get me wrong. And it's not. Thankfully, Pirate Ship does simplify it a lot.
Yeah, they do.
But it's definitely more problematic when I ship UPS, like I did to you, than if I ship it through the U.S. Postal Service. The U.S. Postal Service is much easier, but again, it's still not overly. It's not that complicated. If you go through it once or twice, you get the idea of it. You go, okay, no big deal. But I think that's the intimidation factor, is that a lot of people are just like, think that it's overly complicated and don't want to go through that hassle.
And lazy as well, I think sometimes.
Yeah, because like you're right. I mean, if the person's willing to pay the extra for the shipping, then great. I don't care. I mean, let's rock and roll, baby. You're a new customer.
There's been a few times where it's been like, there's been certain people that have like watching Rob, watching DJ, watching guys that do mystery box openings. There are certain sellers out there that I've really wanted to get mystery boxes from, and they're like, "No, I don't ship overseas." I'm like, I will pay the fee. That's how it works. I'm fine with that, even if it costs me $100 US to ship it. I'd love a grab the mystery box. Like, no, not doing it. And it's like, yeah, I know Rob's always said, look, if you want to get one, like what we did with Eddie from Old Man Collectibles, I've gotten a couple of boxes from Eddie. He does fantastic mystery boxes. He just sends them to Rob instead, and then I'll just pay Rob what costs to ship over here. That's fine. But some people are just like, you don't even get to that stage. It's just like, no.
Well, that's
like, I don't see the problem.
That's why I just enter on my claim sales. Nobody's claimed anything internationally yet, but if they do, as long as they're willing to pay the shipping.
Well, I don't know what the deal is with Whatnot in Australia. As far as I know,
I'm not.
I don't think you can do it. I don't think you even have access to
I only buy on Whatnot now. I quit selling on there. It's just, you don't.
Yeah.
If you sell a book $1 or $2, you're getting like 30% of it. They're taking 30%.
I know DVH said you can bid on Whatnot stuff.
Yeah. Whatnot is working fully over here. But it costs. I mean, we can sell as well. So, I presume eventually in Australia you'll be able to sell and buy.
Roll out.
It's just it gives you like a pretty high shipping fee that you have to pay, and then they've got no choice. Like, it doesn't like no seller can say no to me because it's just all automatic thing. And
and
charge it.
On eBay, they kind of eBay has like a shipping hub they send to international.
Yeah, the global shipping thing.
Yeah, at least we've streamlined eBay a lot better now, because I know, in the past, you had to jump onto the site and get quotes, and that everything's pretty much auto-generated now. It basically does the shipping even from here. It'll let you sort of do that sort of thing. So
because they have published rates, and you can enter that as long as you know dimensions and weight and stuff. Otherwise, you're estimating certain things. It's kind of a pain, but I mean, I've never, like I said, I don't have an issue with it. I embrace it. It gives me more reach. When I'm selling something, and even when I did mystery boxes, it was always hey, if I'm doing a price this amount shipped, well, I know how much it cost me to ship domestically. Then great. If you're international, you get that much as a credit towards the shipping.
Pay the difference.
And you pay the difference, right? Yeah, exactly. Because
It's not hard.
Yeah, I mean, I've allocated X amount towards shipping. Great.
Because like I've sent like Beck and I've sent a few boxes. Like we've sent a couple of boxes to Rob. We've sent boxes to Remy. I literally just sent an AOK to Mr. LeMay himself. And we can go on our Australia Post thing, and all you're doing is basically just putting in the details, and then just pretty much okay, yeah, I'm going to do it as a gift. It's got comics in it, it's got food in it, whatever like that. Here's the rough total value, or this is what I want to insure it for. Bang, print out the label or print out the shipping address, and you're done. It's not hard.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference, like for me, when I'm doing it via pirate ship, is it does want you or require you to enter in the HTS code, and so you have to look up the HTS code.
What's HTS? Sorry,
that's the shipping code. So everything has a classification. So a number. So there's a number code that can when you're doing international shipping that classifies what type of goods are in there, and those codes. You have to look those up. Now, Pirate Ship has a link in it where I click on it and I can type in the description, and you got to go to it and you have to kind of try to match it up, because it'll be like if I send you a shirt, right? I can type in shirt, but then it's going to go like classify it as the type of material the shirt's made out of, whether it's a formal shirt or whether it's a t-shirt or whether it's a plain white shirt or got colored or printing on it, different types of stuff, right? Or like when I send you in this box, I sent you. Okay, comics are pretty easy in that they're periodicals published at at least a monthly rate type thing. That's what they get entered in as. But like your art prints or your art that's done in there, okay, it's a drawing. Well, what kind of drawing is it? Is it pencils and inks? Is it paint? How old is it? Those types of things matter when you're filling these things out in order to get the accurate code, so that way you then accurately assessed any potential taxes or fees or whatever. But anyways, that could be problematic. But if you go to the post office or you go to like UPS store and you're not necessarily doing it yourself, or depending upon the program you're using, you just tell them a description and they go ahead and deal with it from there. You don't have to. But you pay a little bit more. I pay, I get the discount using pirate ship. So, and maybe I could skip the HTS code. I don't know. I've never tried. I've just always gone ahead and looked it up and done it because I'm used to it. I used to do shipping and receiving at one point in my ancient life before I got into contracts and stuff I used to do.
Yeah, no, it's with us that they're asking for a little bit more itemized sort of things, like itemized items and weight, but we can just put like books, half a kilo, chocolates, half a kilo.
Exactly, same thing here.
And that's pretty much all you do, sort of thing. So it's
like I had to do like comics, 7 of them, value for just this amount. Art, whatever. There's 3 pieces at X amount weight at X amount value. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a little bit more, and I think it's more. I can see why they do it, like, as I do, like, at my work. Yes, I serve customers and do quotes and all that sort of stuff. But my main job is doing the warehousing for the store. So I'm dealing with couriers day in, day out, every like hour of the day, basically, like that. So I'm used to all that sort of jargon. And I know in Beck's work, they do a lot of that sort of stuff too, shipping out sort of mailers and stuff like that as well. And so I'm used to all the lingo and the jargon and all that sort of stuff.
Except
as well.
for HTS codes.
Except for HTS, which is not a thing over here. It's just description, how many, and weight, and that's
it stands for the Harmonized Tariff Schedule. It's a global. It's actually a global system.
Which I would have never picked that. Still flying USPS with all this. If any guys are shipping to expect it. Yeah, I need updates on this. Expected shipment cannot be aware our post service is on strike, so no one is getting anything. Just a heads up. Yeah. The guy that won my main giveaway contacted me, and he was very, very nice. He's a new subscriber, and he verified himself and all that sort of stuff, which was good. He said, I live in Quebec or Quebec, however you pronounce it. And he goes, we've got a strike on at the moment. He goes, I'll keep you informed. He was more than willing to say, look, can we just hold off you shipping it just for the time being until something works out? So if any of my Canadian friends can keep me updated, obviously I can Google it, but sometimes feet on the ground is a little bit better sort of information.
It only affects if you ship it U.S. mail. If you ship it via the postal service. If you ship it via a private courier, those are unaffected. So, like, I just had somebody who won the other day, or one of the guys, the last guy we had actually from that we were missing for Comics Curing Cancer, whose parcel was still sitting here. Finally, he finally got a hold of me. He is in Canada, and so because of the post that thing, he just said, could you please ship it UPS instead? And it only cost me another $1 or something more. And so I was like, sure, no problem. And more complicated customs forms, but and mostly that's just more complicated in the US, I have to fill out the same information. In the US with the US mail, it prints all on a single piece of 4x6 label, and I stick it to the box, and that's it, nothing more. With UPS, I have the label that goes on that's got your address label, but then I have to print out separately on my regular paper printer the commercial invoice, multiple copies, and then I have to put into an envelope. So I have to go grab a comic bag and put that all together. Unless, of course, I ship it to DVH, in which case I might as well just ship it open in a transparent bag because they're going to inspect it all anyways.
They definitely are. If you send it to me, for some reason, they don't trust it. Yeah.
I can't wait to see what they do when I ship you this, what you've got stacked up here right now. I better make sure to count. Most of these ones, I've forgotten how many books people had, and so I just kind of estimated how many comics. With yours, I better count every single one, or they're going to try to
white every single one.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. Like I know you guys have, like as Rob mentioned, like the pirate ship program. I don't know of anything over here like that because using FedEx, UPS, DHL, any of those are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, because you as a private individual have to pay. Wherever you go, they're going to charge you the retail rates.
Exactly.
Even though, like for example, here in the States, there's UPS has stores, right? UPS store, and if you walk in there as a customer, they're going to charge you usually the retail rates. Maybe you get a slightly discounted rate, doesn't matter, but you're not going to get their rate that they have for them, because those are usually franchisee stores, so they have a really good discount rate. You're not going to get the same thing. Well, Pirate Ship allows is just one of many programs that are out there. There's other ones, it's just the one I'm using, that basically went from that one program. When I enter your information and the information with the package, I can then say, okay, get rates, and it will come back and it presents to me both the US mail as well as UPS rates. And it shows me with the UPS rates, for example, what the retail rate is and what the discounted rate is I'm getting through them. And so sometimes it's like a 75% discount off the retail rate. So like the package I send you to, for your C3 stuff, if I was to look at it real quick, just as an example. So your package, it was 16 pounds, 10 ounces.
Still a heavy box.
Yeah. So that was cost $112 to ship. Okay.
That's about right.
But the retail rate on that was $560.
Yeah. I was going to say it'd be something ridiculous.
Yeah. So it's a big discount.
Yeah. It's it always brings me back. Like, I remember there was I know her son still YouTubes, but she doesn't YouTube anymore. Sharon, which was Life with Two YouTubers. Mm-hmm. She's one of the OG sort of things. She was a very big shout out lady and things like that. And she became very good friends with Simple Simon and Sarah and things like that. And I became friends with her. And she helped me out. There was some pop vinyl exclusives only available at GameStop. And these were done in like little sort of, I suppose, almost like little mystery box sort of things, but there was like 4 of them, and we organized for her to try and get them for me, and she did. She took this box into, I think, just a USPS store, and the original quote was $850 or something fucking ridiculous. And I said, can you go back and just get your money back from the GameStop or whatever like that? She goes, look, I've got a few people that know how to ship things. It ended up being, I think, about $120 or $130 US once they'd sort of gotten around that. But just walking into the store, like Rob said, it was a decent sized box. So they went more on net weight, actual weight,
dimensional weight,
and they just went, yeah, this is going to be $800 and something, and I literally had a fucking heart attack when she told me that.
Dimensional weight screws people up. People don't get it. It's like I used to work. One of the companies I used to work for before I did this, I worked for a company that made subwoofers for your home theater.
Oh God, yeah, that would be bad.
And so we would have customers who had subwoofers for, an old subwoofer for 20 years or something. And they would call us up and go, hey, I'm moving. I need a replacement box. Like for some reason, they think that we have empty boxes, first of all, for a subwoofer that we manufactured 25, 30 years ago.
Yeah, we just have them laying around in the back.
Yeah, we've just got those laying around. Yeah.
Yeah.
But sometimes
we were waiting for you to call for the last 20 years.
But sometimes the more modern current people would call up, and we do have a box or something that would fit in. But you say, "Oh yeah, I can sell you the box. The box is only like $10 or something." I said, "But the shipping is going to kill you." They're all, "No, it's empty. No subwoofer." I said, "The box is still X big. Even if I put it," they go, "Oh, ship it flat." I said, "Even if I ship it flat, it doesn't change the dimensions. The height, length, width overall doesn't change. It's still going to cost you $130 or something in shipping charges." And they'd go, "No way." I said, "Yeah, just go down to Home Depot, go buy a moving box." It's just
Always have your ruler ready, when you're shipping boxes on pirate ship, because you got to get the dimensions right.
Oh, never use that. I got a tape measure.
Okay, wait, you're thinking.
But on my shipping table though, I also have another tape measure out there along with the postal scale. But anyways, now that we've bored people with shipping, should we get into contract law? No, I mean get into
yeah.
Already had that discussion today. What else should we get into?
We're talking about contract arbitration next, or
no. Let's talk about the finer points of makeup.
Okay.
Oh God.
Well, I got
Davey H. You can take this one.
Did anybody watch the Heritage auction the other day?
Well, I did notice somebody posted in there something. Where was it?
Comics #1 did not meet its reserve and did not sell.
Where was
interesting. It was a 3-0.
There it is. So Marvel Superheroes 20, which is that infamous Doom cover, which I think I have, but I'm not 100% sure. I know it's on my list. 9.6 went for $5,500.
What?
And I'm like, that is crazy. Well, I remember that book was expensive for a while during COVID, but that is nuts. Absolutely nuts. Like, it's not really a super key. It's just more of one of those famous cover type keys. So, what's going on, Papa?
They had the reserve on the Action Comics 1 at $1 million, and it didn't get. You got to 600,000, I think, or 650.
Getting that turkey
sale.
Callie, you got it special with your turkey? I'm interested in hearing more.
Here we go.
I'm happy to talk
turkey.
We'll talk turkey.
Oh, that's right. You're doing Band of Brothers, Papa. Yeah. You look like you should be in bed. I need to check for that book now. I'm bloody.
I've been watching Papa play Fortnite. He's pretty damn good at it. I wouldn't want to play.
That's pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Even when he's other people's streams, he's still playing Fortnite.
I get killed in 5 seconds as soon as I walk out. Bam! So I gave up on it.
Where is it? Marvel Superheroes, Volume 1. Crap! I don't have that book. That sucks. Oh well, not to worry.
You were hoping you were rich now.
Yeah. Oh no! I want it for me. I don't want to sell it.
Oh, I act like I have a lot of money.
I did say that.
What?
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
I
the
did
original
say that.
page.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, that's sometimes
It's a lot of money.
it's a ridiculous amount of money for that. Yeah.
I mean, is it really news that an Action 1 didn't sell at a price point? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't really understand why that's news. Like, surely there are only a few people that can afford it, so not every time you put one up, it's going to sell.
The cover's colors didn't pop because it looked like it had been faded a little bit, and it still
Right.
got a 3.0. But yeah, I mean, you have to be a specialized buyer to buy that. That's like Spagel was talking about. Well, he's like, oh, this means that the market's down. But I mean, tell me something I don't know. The market is down for selling.
Good for buying though, even over here.
Oh, yeah.
It does, and I've said this before. It does take a long time for things to filter down here.
Yeah.
But I have seen a trend finally sort of coming down. Certain books, not so much. Like there's still some stupid prices on stuff, like a lot of like COVID spec books that were like, things to do with Disney Plus shows, like First White Vision and all that sort of stuff. Like people are still trying to sell that book for $100 over here. I was lucky enough because I wanted that book just to say I have it. And to put a hole in my small little run of West Coast Avengers books that I had, and I was able to pick it up for like $15 about 2 months ago, and I was happy to pay. That I always thought from $100 to $15, I'll pay that. That's fine. But yeah, I noticed some of the bigger books have started slowly filtering down now, so which is good.
Yeah,
not all that I want to filter down, but yeah, they're getting there.
I'm working on collecting like Dave Stevens covers right now, and like some of those are just, but the prices went down a little bit. But like when that documentary came out, they were like through the roof. You know, but
I still cannot say that. We don't get it over here. I've checked Netflix, and we do not get it over here.
Over here, it was on Amazon.
Okay,
but I don't know.
I've got Prime, so I'll have a look. Yeah, because I was just told it was on Netflix, so I just went on there to try and find it. And I couldn't find it, so I'll have a look on Prime.
Yeah, it's a good doc. Really good.
But Mom said you had some of those. Why are you going back? I said, yeah, well, I sold some of the Dave Stevens, and now I want them back. Damn it, the vicious cycle.
A lot of people are actually jumping on the Dave Stevens train in recent times or whatever. And there's nothing wrong with that because he was a brilliant artist, taken way too young. But yeah, like his art is gorgeous. Like I know a lot of that people like the sort of the good girl art or the sci-fi based art.
See what I'm eyeballing right now.
Rocketeer, things like that. Yeah, a lot of people love it.
Yeah,
gorgeous. It was a gorgeous, artist. Yeah, definitely. Anyone collecting Christmas covers? Oh, who collects Christmas covers?
I am.
Just picked up Fantastic Four 361, pretty cool Doom cover. Don't tease me like that, Papa.
I just picked one up today, actually, a Christmas cover. It's ASM 314. Topic Farland.
Don't tease me.
What we got here, Papa? Oh,
I have to wait till Christmas, Papa.
It's Hallmark. Right, I'm with you.
But yeah, I collect the Hallmark ornaments, the Marvel ones, and I have a stack of them. I don't get them till Christmas though. That's Beck's thing. She loves to order them early. And she'll put a box together, and there'll be a whole pile of the things. But obviously, I don't get it till Christmas Day. So, me, the big kid that I am. But yeah, I do love the Hallmark Christmas ornaments. But that's awesome. Awesome, I love them.
I have a Star Trek shuttle car, and when you ornament and you hook it up to the lights, and when you push it, it goes shuttlecraft to Enterprise, shuttlecraft to Enterprise. Merry Christmas.
Oh, there we go. Dave said on Apple TV over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, you can get on YouTube too for free.
Yeah, I need to track it down and watch it. I'll try Prime first, just for everybody. I know you said it's on Apple TV, but I'll have a look, and then I think I'd probably have to. Because I did the free trial for Apple. I didn't want to do another streaming service. I got too many as it is now over here, costing a pretty penny. And I
find about once a year I can get a free Apple trial. So I wait long enough, and you'll get another one.
Yeah,
you know?
I did that for Monarch. When I went on my binge of watching all the MonsterVerse stuff, and then obviously I went watch Monarch, so I just binged that in a weekend, and then the trials pretty much ran out. So, but no, I need to. I'd love to be able to watch that. So, he's great artist.
I've also been kind of getting more into like collecting Frank Frazetta stuff too.
Oh, that could be a slippery slope too.
I know it already is. And I just watched. I got reignited. I watched a documentary about him the other day, and it's like it's probably several years ago, but like he had a stroke and started drawing with his left hand, and still looked amazing.
I need a new Apple channel, season 3 of Silo. Yeah, I didn't bother with any of the other shows. Nothing really I know people rave about Silo, but I never really I didn't want another streaming service that I just, paying for. So I just did the Monarch thing and then got rid of it. So.
I liked Slow Horses quite a lot on Apple TV. That was a good sort of spy thriller-y show with Gary Oldman playing essentially a bum. Like he's like the James Bond character, but it's like the inverse of James Bond. He's a slob that is rude to everybody and just obnoxious. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's worth a watch.
So it's cross between Bad Santa and James Bond.
Sort of, but it's not a comedy. Like it's just if you played that character straight, but he's still an effective spy because nobody like can believe that guy's a spy. See what I mean? Like he's just sort of nobody likes, and he runs like a team of sort of misfit spies out of MI5. It's a fun show.
Oh, nice.
I liked it. Yeah, their new season's only been out for a month or two, and I keep thinking about it. But then, like, I shouldn't buy another streaming service. I'm with you. I need to just wait and get it.
Yeah, it looks like Taylor liked it, so and he doesn't like much, so it must be good.
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit as well.
Severance on Apple TV is also great. Okay. Yeah. There you go. I might vacate the building for a second. I need to go make myself a second cup of coffee. I'll be back.
Go for it.
Oh, he's gone. I guess we can talk about wrestling. Wait.
Let's go. Either that or Neighbours. He gets annoyed when I do that too. So
none of us would be able to follow you with that conversation.
So is CM Punk?
I understand. Yeah.
CM Punk, is this going to be a one-off, or is he going to join the Bloodline?
One-off. It's a one-off thing.
Yeah, I don't see Punk joining properly. It's not gonna.
Something's going to happen. So
that would clash. Yeah. I'm actually surprised by that one, only because I really was after they did the whole thing on Monday with Bronson going over because of the interference from the current bloodline on Seth Rollins. I thought that was going to be Seth Rollins' excuse for joining them, but so that was a nice setup to swerve it. But it's definitely a one-off. I think it's just because they would have loved to have Brock come in, but they're still too unsure about utilizing him. So instead, this is the other Heyman connection to bring in. So.
Yeah, it was cool to see him back with Heyman in the ring together, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an interesting one-off, but I don't know. I don't know how much you would get out of CM Punk being in that story permanently. Like it, I mean, I guess it would be different. Like because it would have to be all about Punk, wouldn't it? Which is
Right. Well, and I
sort
think
of
that
counterproductive.
this is something that allows them to build a potential. Okay, out of this, something goes crazy now. Punk and Reigns rival go here with Heyman caught in the middle. Then who does Heyman swerve and screw type thing? Yeah.
And also, you know that Punk is gagging to turn heel all the time. Like the guy loves being a heel, and you can't blame him. He's great at it. So sooner or later, he's going to want to do that turn, and it makes sense for him to want to be positioned against Roman when he does, because you want to be at the top of the card. Of course, he may well get injured before that happens, but we'll see.
I think Punk gets held back in the cage by Seth. Okay, maybe.
Do we need Seth and Punk again, though? I mean, we've done that, surely.
We haven't really, though.
I suppose not.
I did like it.
It was all Drew, who's disappeared.
Drew McIntyre had a pretty good feud, though. I liked it.
Oh, yeah, that was a good feud. So, well, I mean, as much as a feud revolving around like a bracelet can be a good feud, they did the best with what they were given.
I like how they kept having him like screw him over, getting him, winning something, and getting McIntyre just so mad he couldn't stand it, and he's good at being mad like that. So
certainly, Drew McIntyre has like really stepped up to Punk, and Punk really brings out the best in Drew McIntyre because he's been next level compared to how he used to be. And not that long ago, Drew McIntyre was pretty uninteresting, and this feud has really, really, brought him up.
His career was going nowhere for a long time until he changed. They got him out of that 3-man band and all that garbage. Finally,
yeah.
Oh, he's back.
He's back.
You started talking about wrestling or something like that.
No, we're talking about comics.
Well, why would we do that? You don't
like it.
It's not your channel. We shouldn't be doing that.
We were talking about Neighbours for ages. It was.
Okay. Yeah, good old Kylie.
Yeah.
They made no more coffee. I'm not a coffee junkie. I only have like, 1 or 2 a day. That's a bad thing. Like I'm not like Rob where he has it on, IV and a thermos.
This is the second thermos of the day.
Wow.
There you go. Whereas I'm just making one coffee at a time.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, exactly.
What's one coffee at a time?
Yours is one coffee at a time.
Gravy.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's why when DVH was on Aussieverse, I thought I'd have a little dig in the chat, saying just because you're with a bunch of Aussies, no neighbours talk.
No, I just saved that for you. Is the name of chat? Well, I mean, to be fair, I am always interested in how little like Australians care about it. Like, there's something very entertaining to me about that.
And that's the thing. Like, it has been like it's been around for what? Like it's almost as long as I've been alive. So it's been it's been. I think it was 81, 82, 83, somewhere around there, maybe even earlier.
I want to. It was a little bit later, like 85 or 86. Not quite sure, but it's one of those two.
But it was a staple of television over here, where it was on all like from Monday to Friday. It was on, I think, after the news or before the news. I think it was just after the normal sort of the. What's the name? I can't get my words out today. like your general sort of prime time news, I suppose you could say, like your 6 p.m. news. And so I was on every day of the week, every day, Monday to Friday, and on for 40 something years. So you grew up watching it, one of those sort of things, a bit like a hey Kyle, bit of one of those sort of like days of our lives things. I know they're daytime sort of stuff, but on for a long time. So you grow up watching it, but when you get to your sort of like teenage years or early 20s, you're like, I'm not watching this shit anymore, and then it just becomes a joke. But it was massive in the UK, like really big in the UK.
Crazy. Yeah, back in the Kylie days, particularly. Yeah, you're talking like everybody in the country watched that episode where they got married. I'm not overselling it. I mean, literally, like the numbers for that were insane, and it was incredibly popular for a period. It dropped off a lot, and it's still in the toilet now. But
there's a British show.
It's always
a DVD of. Have you ever heard of it's got Matt Berry in it. It's called Toast of London.
Toast of London.
He's like an actor in London, and he's like a washed-up actor. Matt Berry from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah, I know who you mean. I think I've seen it. I'm trying to remember. Like that was It wasn't that long ago, was it? It was like
it was on Netflix for a while too. And like he'd be like doing these like voiceovers for like voiceover jobs, and they'd be like, "Can you say hello?" He goes, "Yes." You go, "Hello." They go, "No, it's a little flat." He'll go, "Hello, hello," and like it's just you have to see it. It's hilarious.
Sounds like you're trying to do Mrs. Doubtfire or something like that. Hello.
Matt Berry is really, really funny. Just naturally. I've heard that he's not particularly sort of friendly in person.
Oh.
But what does that matter? He's hilarious in things. It's not like I'm going out for a beer with him. So
we're not going to the pub to have a beer with him. So
Oh, and that's what I wanted to ask. How was Thought Bubble? I saw some of the photos, some of the shenanigans.
Yeah, Thought Bubble was great. I went for an hour to the con. Yeah, I did 1 hour at the con. So on the Friday night, I'd been at work on Thursday night, stayed up all night and all day, and then went to the pub on the Friday night. Stayed up all night drinking, so we were at like 36, 37 hours awake, and overdid it in the pub. Fell asleep and stayed asleep. And no, I did make it back. Although I got to the hotel, and there's a seat in the hall, and apparently I sat in the seat and tried to get up and just fell over, like completely to the point, and I couldn't get myself up. The security had to lift me up to get me up to my room, which is very classy of me. Dressed like this as well, so there's going to be security camera footage of a drunk male falling over off the chair somewhere. Then because it was so late and I'd been up for so long, I slept all the way through the con on the Saturday. Oh, no. Waking up at 6 p.m. I woke up. My wife came in and tried to wake me up at one point, and I just went, oh, and went to sleep again. Then got up at 6, went for some food, and went to the pub again. And then it happened again. So I literally did 1 hour on the Sunday just before I got my train home. To be fair, I got everything I had planned to do done in that 1 hour, so it wasn't a waste. I got some cool stuff done, but from a con perspective, it probably wasn't the greatest utilization of my time. But I had an absolute blast with everybody that went. So, you know, swings and roundabouts.
Ephraim went as well, isn't he? In
Yeah, Ephraim. Yeah, he came over on that Friday and he left just not this Friday. So he spent the whole week in London, pretty much, or over. He went to Thought Bubble, went up to Newcastle with Peter, and then they both came back down and went to London, did some touristy stuff, and then he's off again.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
He is a delight in person, but I do feel bad about how cold it got for him because it's like the polar opposite to what he's used to. Like, because especially this last week, it's been -2 sort of levels, and he's
from California. He's from Southern California, which is basically like for the Europeans, it's like Egypt.
Yeah.
Especially the UK where it rains all the time.
Yeah, I mean that's because I'm like I'm in like the bottom southern part of the Mediterranean, like northern Africa from a longitude standpoint. Southern California's, another 500 kilometers south of that. So
I don't know.
He's used to warm.
I don't know whether it was his first time experiencing snow, but there's a photo of him in the snow looking so happy. So like, I have no idea.
He would have had to travel to snow. It doesn't snow where he lives. No.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it certainly does in Newcastle. So yeah. Yeah, he seemed like he had fun. It'd be interesting to hear his take on the whole thing. But it was great from my perspective. Just I screwed it up a little bit. I had a blast.
No. But when I saw the pictures and I saw Ephraim there, I said, "That son of a bitch! Look at him trying to become the #1 American now in Peter's eyes."
Yeah,
he raised the stakes. I've had to settle down, settle into being #2.
I was going to say, like, I know we eventually talk about weather at some point, but I was just going to say quickly, like, Melbourne is like, we call it like the 4 seasons in one day. Like yesterday we had, I think it ended up hitting 38 degrees Celsius, which is pretty much 100 degrees Fahrenheit at about 30% humidity. And then today it's 20 degrees, which is about, I think, 60 degrees Fahrenheit, but at 96% humidity. So it's gone from one extreme to the other. So it's
Hey, Spidey, are you getting any of that spillover from New Zealand with that Parliament thing with the haka and all that stuff? I know it's a different country, but it's near you,
No. Generally, we're like, I always say it, like New Zealand is like our Canada, where like you just make fun of them and
Except that most of Canada for being super polite, you make fun of them for shagging sheep.
Pretty much, yeah. That's it in a nutshell. Right? That's pretty much it. So
they got sheep in a ratio of 5 to 1 to people. So I mean.
A lot of the world's wool comes out of Australia and New Zealand, but they produce a lot more of it than what we do. But summer started December, Tate. But the heat has started early this year, unfortunately, which I'm not a big fan of. But unfortunately, it is what it is. So we had a couple of days in the 90s, I'll say, for the Fahrenheit people.
I have to clarify. I was wrong when I said 5 to 1. The ratio is
1 I think.
No. The ratio currently is 4.6 sheep to 1 human in New Zealand.
They've got a lot.
Wow.
That's
the precision. The precision we want to hear. 4.6 to 1, not 5 to 1. How dare I round up?
It's a hell of a lot of sheep. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, there's a lot more sheep than people. Yeah, well, Tate was talking about rain. He was talking about, because we just had round 2 of our bomb cyclone. we come up with really cool names here in America to make our weather sound super intense, because especially on the West Coast, because on the East Coast they have real intense. They have blizzards and they have hurricanes and they have tornadoes and all those, and hail the size of softballs. And here on the West Coast, for the most part, we have sun and slightly damp.
All right, Bubba.
Take it easy, Bubba. But we do have the bomb cyclone that happens.
I gotta go for a while too. I'll try to come back.
All right, take it easy.
Mate.
See you, mate.
And about a bomb,
It was just
I never heard of one before like 10 years ago, and now it's like every year.
It's a fairly new term that they use, but essentially it's a really scary name for a lot of rain in a very short period of time that causes flooding and whatnot. And with a certain criteria, it has to all do certain criteria have to happen with highs and lows and how much pressure differential there is. But essentially, it's a lot of high wind, a lot of rain. They basically got a month's worth of rain in 24-hour period.
We had a bomb cyclone snowstorm probably about 8 years ago, and it was just like a really quick blizzard, and then it was gone.
Yeah, they come and go super fast, but it's a ton of moisture that drops in a super short amount of time, accompanied by high winds. And it causes the ones we had, two of them back to back. One was further north than where I'm at, and so we didn't catch anything from it, but it shut down the interstate and stuff with the amount of snow that dropped and a lot of stuff down. The one we just had yesterday here that came through here was just rain and stuff. But yeah, rain, pour, hoot nanny. But I mean, to put it in equivalences, it's like, I live in an area where we get maybe 14 inches of rain in a year, but we get like 3.5 to 4 inches of rain in 24-hour period. So that's a lot of your annual moisture in a 1 day period. So, but it's supposed to be raining again later next week, but hopefully if the weather holds pattern, it'll be sunny and ready for smoking turkeys on Wednesday or Thursday.
You're going to video it on the other channel
this weekend. Sorry, Rich, go.
No,
most likely.
Most likely.
Yeah. I got a 22-pound bird to do this time. So I'm actually probably not, when I spatchcock it, I'm probably actually going to remove the legs and thighs from the rest of the body, just to make it more manageable, especially when I go to put it in the refrigerator to dry marinade. Because trying to put a 22-pound bird on one shelf is, when it's splayed out spatchcock, is just ridiculous. And you end up having to cook. Realistically, they cook at different times, even spatchcocked. So this allows me to put the legs and thighs on separately a little bit later.
Shelf.
Yeah. Well, and I can rack them differently in the smoker. I can put the main body on the lower rack and then put the legs and thighs on the upper rack, which allows me to add it later and take it off first, type thing. So what's this today's game? Is take a shot every time Rob says cock. Take a shot where? No, that's the question. I remove the legs too. Yeah. I've usually when I cook it, I haven't. But usually what happens is I'll leave it whole when I prep it, and then I'll take it out and put it on the grill that way. But then usually the legs and thighs end up finishing a little bit early, and I'll remove them right there on the smoker and bring them back in first. I think if I just remove them ahead of time, that'll allow me I can put them on later, and it'll allow me not to have such a time cook differential on them. So, but anywho,
I was going to say, so Thanksgiving is obviously this week coming.
This coming
Thursday.
week, yep.
Yeah.
It's like what, Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday or something.
Thursday.
Like
It's always a Thursday. It's the fourth Thursday. It's the fourth Thursday of November.
So the people generally will always do it that Thursday or Thursday night if you're having a big sort of dinner thing, or do they sometimes do it on weekends, or it's
generally it's on because America shuts down on Thursday, and it's usually Thursday.
Public holiday.
Yeah. The families will gather. I mean, even most businesses that are open year round, most of them even shut down, or at least are shut down early. So even like most retail places used to always be closed. Some will be open because they kind of kick off. Some people see it as the kickoff of the holiday shopping season, but they'll close around 6 p.m. at the latest. But yeah, Thursday Thursday's usually it, but some people will have second Thanksgivings and stuff over the weekend, depending upon your family situation and everything else that's going on.
Yeah, I could. A lot of people do that with like Christmas and stuff as well. And
Yeah.
okay, we'll do this day with this family, and we'll do this day with the other family, and you just like edging him on, aren't you, Bizzle? Getting him talking about his mate.
I know his answer is going to be some type of red meat. It's got to be.
It probably is. Yeah, I do. I really enjoy cooking brisket. My favorite to cook and eat, though, is probably tri-tip or beef ribs.
Beef ribs, yeah.
I'm a big beef guy. I love beef, but turkey's right up there, man. I love turkey. There's no doubt about that. I just absolutely love turkey.
Yeah, so we're quite a lot of Australian households will, depending on like, there's no real traditional sort of like, obviously we don't have Thanksgiving, but for Christmas, it's generally either hot meat or cold meat, depending on your situation. But quite often, it's usually white meats,
Kevin.
Usually chicken, turkey, stuff like that. There's quite often ham and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. The big inexpensive cuts that allow you to serve a lot of people for inexpensive price. Same thing is like this time of year. It's like we have turkeys fill up the ads. You look at the market ads. Also, ham is on sale right now, and then usually even beef roasts will come on sale and stuff. Those are very very popular. And then I also remember lasagnas. My family sometimes they would do lasagnas because of different dietary restrictions to different people that made allowed them to also cook for a lot of people fairly inexpensively.
And like out here, Rob, they probably do it by you too. The supermarkets give away a free turkey once you spend a certain amount. So I have my second free turkey of the season. Yeah.
Right now it's like $150 to get a free turkey, and we take those. They're frozen turkeys, so that's fine. I'll take them. I'll keep them in the freezer, and because I don't know about you, but around here for us, it seems to be like after Christmas.
They're hard to find.
Turkeys, they're hard to find in the stores. Like you might find some little bit of turkey meat here and there, but whole turkeys are very difficult to find. So I'll just keep it in the freezer for later, and
I usually get the breast, so it doesn't even have the parts on it. I usually buy the frozen breast, and
I've seen sometimes around here where I can buy just the body, the whole body.
That's what I get,
and that's fine. But I mean, I'm a dark meat guy. Really, I like the thigh.
I like dark meat too, but more on chicken than turkey.
Oh, see, the turkey thigh I love the best, and then I'll eat that first, and then I go to the breast. Will be afterwards. It works out great in my family for the most part. My son really loves the drumsticks, so he'll eat those. My youngest and I will prefer the thigh meat, and then we'll go to the breast second. And then the rest of the family all likes the breast meat first, and so it's all good.
What is turkey bowling? Do I need to ask?
Okay,
just like
I will explain. It is exactly what it sounds like: a bowling alley taking a frozen turkey, and sliding it down the lane.
Okay, that sounds like fun.
As long as the turkeys stay frozen, yes.
Sounds like our government.
I don't think I could do a 22-pound one. I think the most I've ever used.
They're usually cheap, like 10 to 12-pound turkeys. So about the same weight as your bowling ball. But they can get damaged and can become messy.
Sounds like fun though. Oh,
we used to do some of those with the radio station I was at. They used to host turkey bowling tournaments and whatnot. And
oh god. Yeah, no, I just saw that comment. I'm like, is that what I think it is? What?
God bless America.
Oh, is that televised at all? Because I quite like to watch that. I'm gonna have to go on YouTube and see some turkey bowling footage. That sounds hilarious.
Watch your turkey bowling right there with your pumpkin chucking.
Oh, I think we're going to be going down a couple of rabbit holes there, Davey.
You know what pumpkin chucking is, right?
Well, I presume you throw a pumpkin. No.
Like, so forget throwing. You're building catapults, trebuchets.
Oh, right. Okay.
And air-powered artillery, where your sabot is a pumpkin and you're trying to get it to go the furthest. Absolutely
right. Yeah, I'm watching that. Like that sounds great.
Oh, God.
Who can take a pumpkin and send it a mile downrange?
I wonder what the world record is. There's got to be a world record if it's a thing that happens. So
I'm sure there is, and it's going to be by class because there's catapult class, there's trebuchet, and then there's the air cannons.
Yeah,
the air cannons get the trickiest because you can actually explode the pumpkin if you put too much too soon. So you have to. Whereas trebuchet is a little more gentle at the launch aspect. The landing still is a little pie, but
when my son was younger, I built him a potato gun, and that sucker, man, that thing had to shoot close to 200 yards. Like, I mean, it was, it was crazy.
Tremendous.
You won't hear an Aussie say it very often, but God bless America for stuff like that.
I'm all for it. That sounds brilliant.
Here you go. The Guinness World Record for pumpkin chucking is held by a pneumatic cannon called the Big 10-inch. It launched a pumpkin 5,545 feet,
which is almost a mile
in Moab, Utah. So that's
almost a mile. That's insane. What's a mile? Like 5,400 feet or something like that?
A mile is 5,280 feet. So it was over a mile.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So that's.
Does it matter what happens to the pumpkin? Like on landing and stuff like that? What are the rules here? Like, does it have to stay intact or can it be destroyed? Okay.
Or does it only have to stay intact when it's launched?
Yeah. What makes it count? Okay.
Because I can imagine it obviously being launched and maybe on launch as it just gets released may explode then. Whereas obviously you'd want it to be solid in the air for at least a while.
And for you, Mad Spidey, that meant that record was 1.69 kilometers.
I was just trying to work it out in my head, and I'm thinking that's probably about 1.4, 1.5K. So I wasn't actually too far off.
Yeah.
Wow, that is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's mad. It's really mad.
Hey, sure. Yeah. That is nuts. Oh my god. I can't even think of. Well, we probably have something stupid over here that I just can't think of off the top of my head. But yeah, that is
kangaroo boxing.
I mean, yeah, we have really dumb stuff as well, so it's not unique to America. Like the cheese rolling thing here in Cheltenham, it's just insane, but it's hilarious to watch other people do. Like I'm not doing it, but yeah.
Oh. Yeah, no, that's
what I find that's great about that is not only did somebody first say, "Hey, I wonder how far I can throw a pumpkin," and then his buddy said, "Hey, then I can throw it further," and then it became a sport. Then it became a pseudo sport or activity. But then Guinness said, "Hey, let's keep track of that,"
as they do.
Well, I would imagine at Guinness you have to pay them a fee or something, right, for them to even come out and like measure. And
I'm not sure how it works, but
I don't know. That's an interesting one because technically I'm sort of like involved with the Guinness World Record. Like my dad's toy run, which is like a charity event where motorbikers go from one place and deliver toys.
They do that.
That was the world's biggest one when is recognized in the Guinness World Record. They had to come out and count it and all that kind of thing. I'm trying to think how they managed to get them to do it. And I don't, maybe it's because it was a charity thing. Maybe they didn't charge or anything, but I just can't imagine him or anybody involved in like, have some money to come out here. Because
I mean, you've also got, don't forget, you've also got that record for the most mouths in one location.
Yeah, well, this is true. Also, I ate at least 18 slices of pizza at the Pizza Hut buffet once, which I'm very proud of when I was about 14.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I was going to say my only record was when I was like, because I'm a little bit like DJ Links. I love my chicken nuggets. I did 43 in one sitting of KFC chicken nuggets when I was about 18 years old. So I think that's pretty much my record.
I almost finished a crave case from White Castle when I was younger. I think I was like 2 burgers short.
21 shots of Jaeger.
Oh,
I mean, let's not go with the alcohol thing because I'm pretty sure I can win whatever it is. It's not.
But
it doesn't reflect well on me, does it?
21 shots in a 2-hour period, and I walked out.
Oh well, yeah, that is good. That is good.
Once I got home, I did pass out. That's for sure. And I woke up in a room filled with a lot of cleanup.
Yeah,
a lot of cleanup.
Yeah, cleanup. Yeah. What? I mean, I do have a question. Why? Like, why that's like? Because I can't imagine. I can imagine having a few of them and being like, "That's enough. I'll try something I want to drink."
Yeah, because it's not a good drink. Let's be honest. It really was
exactly.
It was one of those things that what happened was I was working. It was when I was working in radio. You know, I was young, dumb, and doing all kinds of stupid stuff, and I had never had it before. It was like a long weekend, and we had been, we had Pearl Jam playing at the polo fields. We were doing some broadcast at a bar. While I was there, I was drinking beer, and at one point, the bartender started giving us all shots of Jaeger. Say, "Hey, why don't you guys have this instead?" And I had one or two, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting," whatever. And then I left. And then the next day or whatever it was, I was kind of like craving it. Like I wanted more. So I called my buddy.
Right.
Hey, let's go down to this place called San Jose Live that was like a really mega bar complex. It had one big sports bar in the middle, and then it had a bunch of little rooms that were like, one's a piano bar, one's a comedy bar, one's a cigar bar. So they had these little bars and stuff in it. We went out there, we were playing pool. And during the course of the night, I knew all the waitresses and stuff there. And I'm like, bring me like 3 shots of Jaeger. And they'd bring me 3 shots. And like, I'd take a shot, then I'd go take a shot, and then I'd take a shot. And I just kept ordering them. And the next thing I know, it was like, she comes and tells me, "Oh, hey, the bartender realized these were all going to one person. And he's cut you off."
See, that's the difference between the US and the UK, because they wouldn't cut you off here. Like, they'd just be like, "Yeah, you can have as many as you want until you become a problem, and then you're out." Like, there's a certain level of legal responsibility that's passed to the ownership of a bar or whatever. If you overserve somebody and they get into trouble, that you're responsible for overserving them. They're responsible for being observant. So once he became aware that this was what was going on, he's like, he's done. That's too much. Yeah. And so I said, "Okay, that's fair." So we finished up our games of pool, and then I walked out with my buddy. And no, I didn't drive. Absolutely fair.
I did hand my keys to my buddy. I recognized that the world was moving a bit. Here, please take me home. And that's all.
Yeah, no,
that was it though. After that, I've had it like once since.
Yeah,
just getting it
again for a while.
Just getting it within the smell now just makes me nauseous. Yeah. So
I've never liked Jaeger at even the great, like, just that aniseed sort of taste is just
it's like black licorice.
Jaeger bombs, Jaeger and Red Bull, all kinds of stuff.
Well, when I was
drop the Jaeger shot,
when I was 14. When I was 14, I drank half a bottle of vodka and half a bottle of ouzo on a school night, and with my friend, he drank the other one. This is how dumb I was as a kid. And my friend walked past my dad, who was in the garage. Yeah, well, she's heard this story, so she knows. And he shouted at my dad, "Hey, Doug's dad! Doug's pissed." That's my name. And he was like, "What?" Yeah. Yeah, that's the full name. And they came and got me from his house, and it was a messy evening. Let's put it that way. And they forced me to go to school the next day after drinking all this. That you would have to hungover. I'm 14, so this is probably my first proper hangover as well. Like it was. So I've never touched ouzo again. Like vodka, because it doesn't like vodka. It doesn't really taste of anything. You mix it with anything. But ouzo is revolting, and I won't ever go near it. Like it's just not. Yes, and let that be a lesson to your kids. Do not drink until you are of age. Do not be like a fool like this.
Lest you be like that.
Yeah, you turn out like this. Nobody wants that. That's terrible, isn't it?
Have you seen his dancing videos?
Yeah. I grew up like our area when I was growing up younger was very Greek orientated. So I had a lot of friends who were Greeks and stuff like that. So there was a lot of homemade ouzo and homemade grappa and things like that. And that stuff is lethal as fuck. Like bottled stuff is bad enough. Homemade stuff is 10 times worse. So yeah,
welcome to American moonshine.
And yeah, I haven't ever tried moonshine.
It's not worth it.
We call our homemade stuff over here. It's not really homemade stuff. We just call it rocket fuel. It's literally just mixing a whole pile of like normal liquors together and just drinking it. Like that's pretty much all we call it. It's nothing actually made about it. It's just manufactured, I suppose. But that's bad enough.
The problem we have here is that the name moonshine has been appropriated and now is used commercially sold product to describe unaged whiskey, because essentially that's what it is. It's whiskey that's not been aged in barrels and stuff, and so you can buy it you can buy that stuff in the store. They sell. I got some in my fridge, which is some apple pie flavored moonshine type stuff, and they put it's typically because it's unaged, it's mixed with various fruits and other stuff, although there's completely unflavored, which really will light your hair on fire. But the true moonshine is not made commercially. It's made by homemade stuff, essentially under the light of the moon, in order to avoid the tax collector. That was hence the name moonshine. But the stuff that you buy in the store today really is just unaged whiskey, where they maybe have acquired some old moonshine recipes and now commercially make them and properly pay their taxes and everything else.
So if like homemade moonshine, what would you actually? Does it have a classification? Like, is it?
It's unaged whiskey.
Typically. That's literally what it is.
Is it actually whiskey?
Typically, it's whiskey. It's because it's made with corn and other things like that. So it's other mashes. It's usually a whiskey that is unaged, not aged in any barrels, and then often mixed with fruit or other things to give it some various flavors.
The one I had, man, I think it was like 160 proof or something, and
it can be super potent and whatnot. And
I had like a quarter of a shot, maybe not even. And I was just like, oh my God, it was worse than Everclear.
Yeah, no, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think personally, once you get over 100 proof, I mean, most anything is very rocket fuely and gasoline much in your mouth. I mean, so
obviously, like being like commercialized through, your Dukes of Hazzard and movies and all that sort of stuff over here, all you see is like, little like mason jars with clear stuff in it. So whiskey didn't even pop into your head because whiskey's obviously generally got a color.
Well, because it's aged in barrels.
Mm-hmm.
So the color you associate with whiskey usually comes from the alcohol sitting in the barrels and soaking in and taking in the color stuff that come from the barrels it's aged in. The unaged whiskey is clear because alcohol is clear. And then it's whatever. Then you might see it with other colors depending upon whether or not the person that makes it puts different fruits in it, in order to sweeten it up or give it different flavor profiles.
I know.
The stuff. Yeah,
I was gonna say. I know we're getting.
I've got to shoot, guys. My phone's running out of battery. I will catch you later. It's always a pleasure. I'll probably be in the chat. See you later.
We made them thirsty.
He's gonna go wet his beak.
He's like, man, where's my fridge? I know Scotch is a whiskey, but it's got that oaky taste. What's the difference? It's just made in an oak barrel. I mean,
different whiskeys. Yeah, I mean, when you get the whiskey, there's different types of whiskey depending upon the type of grain being used, depending upon the barrels being used to age in. All those different things will affect what type of whiskey it is.
I see the chat, and a lot of people are saying Scotch. I personally don't like Scotch. I don't like that oaky,
the peaty.
Yeah,
I'm not a
good, but Scotch.
I'm a bourbon whiskey guy. I don't care for rye that much. I don't care for. I will occasionally drink a Scotch. I'm not a big fan of it either.
Me either.
But very much I'm a bourbon guy, which is a type of. They're all different whiskeys, depending on what the percentage of corn is, or rice, or whatever different rye, whatever the grain is. The grains will affect it. What category it falls under, and type of barrels it's aged in, and all the different types of stuff it's done. It's because you haven't tried good Scotch. No, Jean, I have many bottles of very good Scotch in my cabinet that I do. Like I said, I don't mind. It's just not my preference. I prefer a bourbon profile. And again, I'll say the same thing to people who say they don't like bourbon. Have a good one. Yeah, I have an 18-year-old Glenlivet in the cabinet right now.
Glenlivet is considered bourbon or Scotch? I mean,
it's a Scotch.
Whiskey.
It's a Scotch. Well, they're all whiskeys.
Yeah,
it's a Scotch whiskey versus a bourbon whiskey.
Because I know, like over here, like we usually associate bourbons with America, and Scotch is more with like Scotland, Ireland, like that sort of
Well,
thing.
Irish have their own Irish whiskey too.
Yeah,
which is different, but
yeah. Tullamore's Dew or whatever they call it. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I've got various blended whiskey. I've got Highland whiskey and Lowland whiskeys, and I've got Glenlivet and what's this other one? I forgot. I don't know. There's like 7 or 8 because when I do my barbecues, amongst other things we do at the barbecue, we do a whiskey tasting for anybody who's interested, and we pull out all the Scotches as well as the bourbons as well as the the other stuff, and we use the Japanese whiskey, and people will get to sample all these different whiskeys, ryes, whatever, the 18-year-old whistle pig, all the different stuff. So,
hello, Christopher.
Hello, Morgs. Hello, boys.
Hola, sour.
Hola.
You here to talk whiskey or pumpkin chucking?
I'm here to talk cigars. If anyone wants to go down that road,
that was I was on last night's show. I think it was.
Low grades?
Low grades. Bubs was talking cigars. He's doing cigar reviews as part of his Bubs World stuff. Will include now. He was just getting ready to do some editing on his new first video that he's going to upload for cigar reviews. So
you have to check that out.
Yeah, no, he's a big cigar guy. Like I know because we were backstage, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and he did a bit of a haul of some videos he was going to do, and he showed like he went to a con, picked up some some toys, some comics or whatever like that. But then he's like, I also went to a I don't know, whatever, a smoke place or whatever, and he's like, and I picked up some cigars as well. And Carlito's another big cigar guy as well.
Carlito and I have talked over Instagram about cigars and on live streams when he was making appearances. But yeah,
it makes me wish it was like this was 20 something years ago when I used to smoke cigars. But
I
used to have humidor at home and a humidor on my desk at work, and at lunch we could grab a cigar and because we couldn't drink alcohol though. We'd found a couple really good root beers that complemented the cigars well. We'd go out and sit on the dock and have a cigar and some on our break or our lunch break and stuff. Yeah,
I don't think I've heard of it.
The only alcohol that I like pairing, if I'm gonna go like whiskey, is probably a Gentleman Jack. Just
Gentleman Jack is a great everyday sipping. I mean, it's a great everyday. You can't beat it. The price versus the drinkability. I mean, it's not going to wow you as like this is the most magnificent bourbon you've ever had, but it's definitely a solid, super easy to drink
But my favorite is to be honest, a very rich, mountainous, hot black coffee with a cigar or something like that is my favorite. It really brings out different tones when you have a hot coffee. Cuban coffee but is really good, but Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee is some of the best coffee I've ever had in my life. And
I'm going to send you some of mine, buddy.
And when you have a medium-ish, like to high-end cigar, I know Carlito's watching. If you have a nice Connecticut wrapper with Cuban seeds that are grown in Nicaragua or Dominican, it really, really like can make your knees weak. Let me tell you, it's one thing that the Americans got right is the cigar lounges, whereas Canada just dropped the ball. But some of those American cigar lounges that I've been in, and you go in and they treat you like you've got land in Scotland.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Keep in mind. I'm sorry, Chris. Morgan. I had went to go get the coffee at the beginning of this stream, and it was 6 cups.
Your heart's going to like explode, man. That's
no, it doesn't explode till about 20 for him.
You got a few other.
Sorry, please proceed, Chris.
Define freedom. But yeah, that's one of my Rob, as you know, one of my favorite things about visiting the United States is finding a nice cigar lounge. And yeah, there's always the one thing I can say to those that don't smoke cigars or don't enjoy cigars on the reg. There's always a story to be told over a cigar. Whereas a cigarette, it's what you have on your break time. The cigar is what you have after a meal.
Yeah. It takes a while, so you better have something to talk about because
there's always a good
first of all,
story.
you can't. Not only does it take a while to get through, even a short one, you can't hotbox it. So,
the American cigar lounges, that's top notch, especially the ones that are in Florida. My God, there's some of them actually have dress codes for women, let alone men.
Good.
Yeah, sort of, and that's the thing. Like, obviously, being a normal smoker for almost 30 years, I've only ever done cigars a couple of times. Like, I've never really been in that sort of opportunity, I suppose you could say. Like, it's not a common practice over here to do cigars. Like, I did enjoy it. Like, a lot of people sort of, oh no, you don't. Me being obviously a normal smoker, a lot of people say, oh, you don't inhale it, and I'm like, but I did, being a normal smoker, because that's, because it's just the way you smoke. And I was fine even doing that. And I'm like, how the hell can you inhale that sort of thing? It's like, you're not supposed to really do that. I'm like, but I'm smoking it like a cigarette. So I just did.
Yeah, I was never a smoker. So the only time I smoked cigars was when I was younger, and we used to have like poker games and stuff, man. And it used to be like whiskeys and cigars. So I was like, but I remember I used to like those stupid little like rum flavored lady cigars. That's what I
dipped.
Yeah, that was it. That was it for me.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's genderizing. That's genderizing. I shouldn't have said that.
Wow.
I'm surprised you didn't put Australia in there too. He'll do an amend in a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's like, even getting back to the whiskey thing as well. Like, I always found myself, like, obviously beer is a big culture over here, like it is in the UK as well. I always found myself gravitate towards bourbon more than I did beer or whiskey or vodkas or anything like that. But I was over here, mixing drinks is a big thing. Like, I know a lot of people have seen, it doesn't happen very often because I don't really drink much anymore, but you see, like, we have a lot of like pre-canned things. So you have like bourbon and cola or whiskey and cola or brandy and dry or vodka and orange or raspberry or something like that. And you literally just buy them in cans or bottles. And that's what the sort of culture is over here. So But yeah, you will get in trouble if you buy a decent whiskey or a decent bourbon and then try to mix that with Coke or some sort of soft drink. You'll get in trouble from the adults, we'll say, for trying to ruin a good alcohol. So that's why you generally buy the cheap stuff, just plain Jim Beam or plain Jack Daniels or something like that, and then you mix that. But if you're buying something like an aged whiskey or an aged bourbon, you drink that straight. That's the way you're supposed to do it.
Similar here, I guess, for the most part.
Trick in America. I do love how Americans are so patriotic, though. It does warm the heart.
There really is nothing. There really is nothing like it, man. Like,
no, there's not.
Visiting different countries and then visiting the United States. Patriotism is on a different level.
But I'll tell you once I eventually get out of the country. I've never been international yet. Hopefully one day. Be quiet in the chat, please, Mark, because I know you're going to pop in something.
I'm glad that he has pride.
Had a Kentucky hug. What is that? Somebody pouring bourbon down your throat while hugging? I don't know.
Is that similar to a Cleveland steamer?
I think it's like spooning. I don't know.
More like forking.
Kentucky, man. Yeah.
Well, it's like there's such thing as an Irish hug, where they literally headbutt you instead of hugging you. I don't know whether it's something like that sort of line of thinking, but oh god.
So you guys want to see what I got today?
Yeah, let's see it.
Oh, was this at the signing? Was it?
Yeah. Just give me a second here.
Hang on, I'll put down there.
Oh, okay.
I'm a sucker for signings too, man. There's a good bunch of artists in the area.
So the premier comic shop in Toronto is, in my opinion, Gotham Central Comics. There's a few Canadian YouTubers that go to that shop frequently. J-Man, Steve the Voice White, they go there frequently. And the shop owner, Carlos, has been incredibly well receptive to Ghost Machine. He calls it Image 2.0. So he hosted earlier this year the Rook Exodus launch, and Fabok came out, and Carlos got himself his own exclusive. I think I picked up a cover for Mark because Mark was hunting them. Today was the same thing with Rockefellers. He had Francis Mana pull out, and
did you say Mana pull out?
Yeah, he had Francis Mana pull out.
Nice. What a get.
At certain points in your life, you need to be a Francis Mana pull out.
But then Steve pulled out. Don't read into that.
Feel free to clip that too. Sean Delaney did a cover, did the exclusive cover for Gotham Central's Rockefellers. So I had Francis Manipul tag it here and Sean Daly.
Not saying this jokingly. Can we see it closer? I just want to see some of the detail in the faces. Are they cartoonish?
Yeah, they have that little bit of
manga.
Yeah, it's a bit of a manga sort of look.
Looks like an anime. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're out of 500. This is number 10 out of 500.
Nice. You get a remark?
No, not this one.
I'm just kidding. I'd only ask because I was able to catch your live stream for like 5 seconds while I was at work today. And as soon as I popped on, that's where someone had asked you.
Okay.
You're like, yo, I drove 100 miles to get here. Chill out.
Yeah. So Sean Delaney was there like right when the store opened. So he signed the book, and then I basically had to wait for Manipul for a while. Francis showed up. And I had three.
Nice.
Yeah, 3 copies of Rockefellers number 1. 2 are going to be going in a Comic Army box giveaway over the next 2 months. And he signed this one and then remarked it as well.
There it is. Look at that. Oh yeah, that character was dope. Have you read it yet?
Yeah, I went through it late last night. I kind of admit I fell in love with this character right here.
Oh, she went out like a champ, didn't she?
Yeah.
She wasn't playing.
Then he signed this one and remarked the dog.
Oh yeah. See, those are awesome. I saw the little reel that they posted ahead of time at some shop. I don't know if it's the same one, but he remarked a crap ton of books to leave at a counter somewhere.
Yep.
And he was like did different characters on each one. It was just fantastic.
There was and I'll show the final one here, and then
let's see.
I'll get into the story.
There she is.
Cool.
Yeah.
There she is.
So yeah, Carlos had certificates for all of them as well.
He left the last few letters off his last name.
Yeah, the out part, I get it. And then there's the dual cert, and then the 500 for the fact that it was the exclusive. So that's what I got done earlier today. And then afterwards, when I left, went to Gotham Central's social media stuff, and someone put down a blank sketch, and Francis Metapole did it up, like just did a free sketch. Although he was, even though he was doing it in Sharpie, it looked terrific. It was basically a full size version of that character that was right there.
Yeah.
And then I saw him do another one, obviously, of
that bastard.
Yep, the villain right there. Yeah, and it was a good time. It's a long drive, but that's it. Thanks, Morgs.
Dude, those look awesome, dude.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've never been able to meet Mr. Pullout himself. He has been to Australia a couple of times, but that wasn't when I was collecting original art, unfortunately. I would have loved to have gotten a piece from him, but I heard he's a super, super nice guy, easygoing sort of guy.
Yeah, he was him. It was him and Marcus Toe that was a part of the studio in Toronto, and they worked together on a Flash comic, and we chatted briefly about that. And then, but I always felt like Marcus Toe was really, really just unappreciated. His artwork is incredible. Francis Metapole got a lot of covers with DC, including some of the Robin books. But yeah, that was it was a cool signing. I didn't expect him to do anything. He just started sketching, and he's like, "Oh, I might as well do one on each of the other two," and he did a quick remark for each one. But yeah, good dude. Really nice guy.
What was he charging you for remarks and stuff?
Nothing.
Really? Wow, that's awesome.
But yeah, it was again the comic shop, Gotham Central. The guy's name who owns it is Carlos. Every time there's a big Ghost Machine launch, he does a big celebration of that comic because he's really getting behind the whole Ghost Machine brand.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome. It's the way to do it.
He mentioned there's going to be nothing else for the remainder of this year other than Black Friday and Boxing Day sales, Kyle. And then he said he's going to have Jeff Lemire out early in the new year. So I guess Lemire is going to have some sort of new book that's coming out, or maybe Lemire just owes him a favor kind of thing. But this shop has had lots of big name artists out. Like Capullo's been there. David and Meredith Finch have been there. And Manipole's been there. Fabok has been there countless times. But a lot of those Canadian artists, they live within an hour's drive of where the shop is located, right near Toronto's airport. Yeah, it's a cool shop. Like I often say, it's my LCS away from my LCS. Yeah,
very cool.
I bet your Fabok doesn't do free remarks though.
He signed everything though, and he was signing everything else that wasn't Ghost Machine for the Rook Exodus launch. But it was kind of, if you didn't have a Rook book, like what are you doing? But yeah, he was. I
know for original art, he's very pricey.
Is he?
Yeah, very pricey.
Yeah.
Francis?
No, Fabok.
Oh, yeah. it'd been cool to meet. I would have got like the Rockefeller sign, and I would have got him to sign that Red Coat cover that Francis Manifold did. His first Ghost Machine work was that all red cover of Red Coat with the flag around him and the Washington statue right behind him.
Yeah,
it's super cool. That's cool that y'all get so much Ghost Machine love up there on the ice wall.
Yeah. Like you and I've had that conversation before, but yeah, Carlos is really, really behind it. Like I said, he's calling it Image 2.0.
It's funny. So did everyone else. That's what I actually named my.
Was it funny?
My video before, like when they announced it NYCC. I did that video. It was literally Image 2.0 is here. Big deal. I'm all in on it. You got Hyde Street #2, and what's the other one next week? Hornsby and Halo, Tomasi's book. His other book is hitting shelves. Hyde Street's been really cool.
I got a couple new slabs. I could show them real quick.
Oh, nice.
So I just recently got this.
Oh,
man.
Tattoos?
And I don't know if it was Elite. Yeah, it was Elite on Instagram. $100, man.
So it's probably got no tattoos then.
It does. It's
a blue label.
It's complete. So the reason I grabbed this is because this is my copy. It's complete. But look at that chunk missing right there.
Oh.
So I never got it graded, even though it's complete, just because I knew it'd be like a 3.0 at best, even though it's nice otherwise. So this is on eBay. It ends tonight. It's at like $65 right now. So I'll probably make most of my money back. And then I went to this really small con down the Jersey Shore last weekend or the weekend before.
Were you fist pumping?
I was not fist pumping. Those days are over.
Oh,
So I tried to win this on Comics Curing Cancer and I failed. So I landed one finally.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Look at that ass.
It's America's ass. But that's it. That's all I got.
That is awesome pickups.
I got a prize win from Torpedo Comics back when they were doing those mystery boxes a few years ago that where X amount of boxes there was a big grand prize. I pulled the first Hobgoblin and they sent it to me and it's got to be at least an 8.5. No tattoos.
So Chris, I'm gonna teach you a trick.
Teach him how to Dougie.
It's gonna take a little work, and you can even send it to me. I'll do it for you for nothing. Find a Fantastic Four 252 that has the tattoos in it, and very gently remove the top staple, and slide that tattoo out, and put it in your 238.
So, let me take a. I may have 252, so let's just take a look at what the cover is.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to remember what.
It's a sideways cover. It's a.
Oh, is it? It's the burn where they're under attack.
I think so. Yeah.
252.
It's a dollar bin book, man. It's
252. It's the one that I thought. So I have the issue after this.
Yep.
The issue after this, where the Invisible Girl is the cover says she's claiming to be the last one standing.
There's about 12 different books that were all published that same month. What month was that? March, right? So any Marvel book that was posted in March has tattoos even in it, even though it's not on the cover. The only two that it's written on the cover are 252 and 238. But you could pull those tattoo pouches out of almost any Marvel book that was published that same month. And you'll have a complete copy. As long as you do it gently and you don't damage that staple with don't use metal pliers, use plastic pliers and just
Is that 252 a dollar bin book?
Oh yeah, it's $5 at most.
Okay. I'll say because I know some burn books usually have a little bit of value with them.
I think I might have a list somewhere. If I find it, I'll send it to you. This way you could.
Okay.
All the books, or most of them, are dollar bin books. You could get that tattoo out of.
I remember we were talking about the tattoos in this book. It was months and months and months ago. I actually haven't checked my copy to see if it even has it in there. I haven't put eyes on that book obviously for a long time because it's sort of gone that I got that probably about 15, 20 years ago. So it was, recent stuff I've seen, obviously, and then the older stuff that, the higher price sort of stuff that I've been sort of going after to get to where I am now is what I've cited recently. But all that sort of stuff in the middle that I've had for a long time have not even looked at. So yeah, I'll be interested to see if they're actually in there or not. Not that I'm overly fussed because my stuff's all raw anyway, but are there another gimmick like the Marvel value stamp? So yeah, it was a little bit of a gimmicky sort of thing. Like I know some books had tattoos in it. I know in the 90s they quite often did. They had inserts with some of the trading cards that would have like a serrated sort of thing that you could sort of tear off and stuff like that. So there was a few gimmicky sort of stuff over the years that Marvel did. I'm not sure about DC, whether they did any of that sort of stuff, but I know Marvel did a lot of it.
I just want to know who won that damn 10-speed bike.
It's still out.
Well, sometimes there were promotional things too. So because there's some that had Kool-Aid packets in them and other stuff. So,
and obviously there was the 90s poly bag with the cards and all that sort of stuff as well. And
the cards are the worst because then those books are like the covers really need to be seriously pressed because of issues.
Yeah, because I can imagine obviously having a stack of a couple of hundred like X-Force ones, obviously saying Rob's here, and having like the card and stuff in there that are enough pressing, probably little tiny indentations from the cards could actually happen on the books. So yeah, I could see that happening.
I just forwarded you a video. In the description of the video, it has all the comics that have the tattoos in it.
Okay, on IG?
IG, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, Chris, you read Rockefellers. I haven't talked to anyone else yet about it. But what do you think the scrotum eyeball at the end is?
So let's show everyone. So
I was going to say, can we have a bit of clarification here?
Got eyelashes, Spidey.
Don't sugarcoat it, Mark. What does it really look like?
So first of all,
right. Well, real quick before you show it, after he shows it, Rich, I want you to describe it. After he shows it, Chris, tee him up, man.
Just how great is the quality of these comic books?
Oh, it's A1, dude.
Like seriously.
Oh, the image stock, like even back with their Spawn books, like that stuff is top shelf.
Damn it, Mark.
Now you see it.
Don't say anything, Chris. Just show him the sack.
So you know what I'm just going to preface this. When I saw this last night, what I thought was Tom Green, when Tom Green showed his testicle after it was removed.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So if you never saw that,
all right, Rich, warm up your creativity. Let's hear all the adjectives you got in your repertoire.
Okay. Best of luck,
You're
Rich.
going to need them, Rich.
Oh, God.
All right, everybody. Now let's listen to Rich describe what we're looking at.
Yeah, it's definitely a hairy ball sack.
Wasn't he a singer?
Hairy ball sack.
Band.
Oh, God.
Whatever
I'm not going to be able to unsee that now.
Whatever it is, it's the reason for the family being hunted down and having to travel to the past to survive. That's what people are after.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. What a great first issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw somebody post
hanging.
I saw because somebody posted in one of the group chats or whatever like that. And I'd never heard of the book until a day or two ago.
Well,
my automatic thing is I thought it was going to be something to do with Rocketeer or something like that, obviously because of the name of it. But obviously it's not.
It's not called the Rocketeer.
I just saw sort of Rocket because the post the picture they posted said Rocket FEL. Like that's all I saw. It didn't have the fellas there, so I was just thinking, is this something to do with Rocketeer? And then I saw the cover and went, nah, obviously not.
Yeah, that's the family's name, the family's last name.
Yeah, like Rockefellers, except it's Rocket Fellas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I when I was chit chatting with him as he was sketching, I asked him like, so Is this it for you now moving forward? Like, are you going to be doing any DC, any Marvel, any other stuff? And he's like, nope. As a partial owner of the Ghost Machine brand and buying in, this is my life. And he goes, and I'll be honest with you, when I normally do work on each piece when it comes to issue numbers, he'll either put 01, 02 moving forward. And he said, with Rockefellers, I put 001, 002. So I'm presuming they have it mapped out long term.
Yeah, they're slated as ongoing. And also, side note, had you watched that video I made a year ago, it would have told you that these people are exclusive for Ghost Machine. As they wrap up their contracts that are pre-existing, they go full exclusive at Ghost Machine, 100%. Which is why we don't have the Last Days of Lex Luthor. We got 1 of 3 issues in the past year because Brian Hitch started that. And he's like, yeah, I'm kind of busy now. But they're supposed to be dropping 2 and 3 next year. So I guess he just backburnered it. He's like, I'll work on it when I'm not doing Redcoat. What's been your favorite one so far? Yeah. I don't think anyone else is.
Well, he's not going to be asking me, is he?
Yeah, Spidey didn't read comics. Yeah, dude, that's The box art is just exceptional.
I gotta admit, I enjoy the American history aspect of Redcoat. That's right up my alley.
Yeah, you got a little.
Well, yeah, and you know how I feel about the United States. It's no big secret. But the Rook Exodus stuff, I just enjoy that post-apocalyptic world and not necessarily knowing who's behind masks and stuff. I like the mystery element to it.
It's so well played too. The character Carapace, that was the turtle guy that was in charge of guarding the big secret, not secret, but the big computer that housed the technology for the helmets that Ursal was after, where the big fight took place. When that character got introduced and I hit his dialogue, my brain couldn't do it. I had it was just reading it in slow motion. Like the dude talked slow like a damn turtle.
Mark, what do you know about Soulless?
Soulless will be the upcoming one under the horror imprint. Yeah, it's supposed to be a spun under the Hyde Street ship, from what I understand.
Okay.
I think it might be another Zuck story.
I was curious if it's going to be its own brand under the horror aspect of it, or if it's going to be connected to Hyde Street.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be doing anything off of Hyde Street under the horror imprint or not. I don't know. We're still learning the breadth of Hyde Street.
Okay.
You get to learn about Pranky in issue 2. Rob, you're into the Scouts. Well, I said that wrong. I shouldn't say it like that. Rob,
I was a scout leader.
You should check out Hyde Street. Where'd you go, Chris?
All right.
Rob's doing pull box.
Yep. We can do this. All right. Let's see here. All right. So we got to put the 14 books back in. So of which I need your help to pick some of these, but I'm going to show you. I've got 4. Yes, Chris.
What's the number that's in the box?
I don't know. It's a short box.
Okay.
But
if we're pulling 14 back, is there a number that we normally rock and roll with?
No, it's mostly a full box with a little bit of room in there.
Okay.
I've never really counted how many books are in there. Just so it feels right. So they're not flopping all over the place. So we pulled out a first power broker. So we'll put in a new first power broker. We pulled out a first Namorita. I don't have another one of those, but I'll put in a first Silver Age Namora.
Wow.
To replace it.
Wow.
We pulled out a G.I. Joe with 4 first appearances, so we'll put in a different G.I. Joe with 4 first appearances.
Who are the first appearances? Because Lady
This one
J
is
came out today.
Yeah, this is Jinx, Tunnel Rat, Outback, and Rapid.
Okay.
And then just for something that's not really a key, but it's still a cool book to throw in there, I'm going to throw in Harley Quinn #1. So from the Rebirth run there. So we'll throw that in.
Oh, refill
Now,
done.
Correct. So we need to, I want to put in, I've got a couple of these are stacks. So first, we'll make this easy. We're going to put in one Captain America book. Okay. These are all Captain America books. So you guys will have to choose
The third
which one goes in.
Anything
Definitely the
with Kelly
third
and
one.
Lanzig.
The third one is interesting, and it is the third one from the top and the bottom. That's interesting. I will show you guys the books first.
Yeah,
if you'd
put
like.
that one in there.
Let me show you the books. There's Captain America 102.
No.
Oh, for God's sake.
No, definitely not the first one.
Man.
Captain America 104.
No, nobody
Oh, for
likes
fuck.
the second one either.
What?
The third book is Captain
Put it in
America
the box.
133.
Put it
the
in the box.
Origin of MODOK.
Yeah,
There's Captain America 312, the first Flag Smasher.
that should go
Disney
in.
ruined that character.
And 310, the first Serpent Society.
We've had that in the box recently.
Yep, I know.
Definitely the third
So,
one. MODOK,
Now you've seen what's there. Majority rules. There's 5 of you. By a raise of hands, Captain
learned.
America 102.
Learned in my experience, most
that-
obnoxious rules.
That goes in my box.
There's
Not even
2.
big.
There you go. No, that's 3.
Oh,
Chris,
yeah.
Rich, and Kyle
No,
all voted. That's
Rich
it.
Rich put his hand down.
We're supposed to hold
there's
it up all night long.
104. 1.
You just going to raise your hand on all of them, Rich? What are we doing
Good.
here?
You're Captain America's. You got it.
Yeah,
man.
no, I
Okay, that's
want
fair.
them, but I
All
don't.
right.
MODOK.
There's a third one.
All right, I'll hold my hand down for this one. How's that?
Whitey scratched his nose. That counted. Chris
Okay,
saluted.
so
That's
not
3.
that one. Flag Smasher.
I say Flag Smasher. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
put
why
that one
not?
back in the
Yeah,
box.
let's-
All right, Flag Smasher's going in.
There we go. We got that out of the way.
All right. Now we're going to put a Thor book in.
Oh boy.
Oh,
The third
Where's-
one.
where's Remy?
Can we just put it in like DC versus Vampires issue 1?
Can you just
I don't
hold
have
them all
that.
up at once.
So we've got this is
Airwalker.
305,
Hot pants there.
Death Angel, that's
Airwalker.
308,
are any of these Simonson?
311,
Never heard of
I
it.
think
That
Simonson
looks like it
started
is.
at like 320s.
Crisis in the Inner City.
315.
Yeah,
There's
old school. You got By Beast there.
So I like the fact that that's got the bicycle giveaway on there.
Yeah.
324.
Maybe we can get to the bottom of that mystery after all. I'm with Chris. Let's go with the bicycle giveaway.
214
Oh,
that's
definitely
nice.
looks the best, but there's no
That's a
bicycle.
gorgeous
giveaway.
cover.
That's nice.
and 438.
and that's
Look at
a
that
cool cover.
suit.
too.
Yeah, dude, I like when they did the painted cover with that suit.
All right.
Yeah, last
So-
one. Just for the different suit
Raise your
style.
hands.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, I think we'll go with
Yeah,
that. one.
let's just go.
Door of
with
the
that.
future it is. All right. That goes in. The rest of these go off to the side for another day. All right. The last one that's thematic is a Daredevil book.
I don't even want to see him. It would be ironic. Let's do these blind, Rob.
We've got 195,
I'm not looking. Nope. Next.
191,
Ooh, it's a good number,
That's,
but no.
that's a
skip.
nice cover.
That-
That's a nice cover.
186,
Yeah, yeah.
That's
the third one.
famous.
Go with that.
Yeah, that one that's probably should be the one. That one's a famous cover.
185,
That's
What is he doing in that? Like
the
what?
Electric Boogaloo, man. That's like Australian breakdancing.
He's like, look at my front lump.
That's the
187.
Daredevil impersonation.
That was
Stop
a
it.
lazy cover right there. They didn't even want to fill the page.
Stop it.
192,
Nah, that's a cool trade dress though. That's unique.
198.
When Rob's done, can I go, Simon? Do you mind?
Go what?
Are you filling your own giveaway box?
No, but I want to show something.
Oh, 199,
Judging from that echo, it sounds like you're in a bathroom. You're not trying to
Yeah.
show us your cock, are you?
200.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
That's a nice cover. Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, where'd you go?
Issue 73.
Oh, I get.
Oh, Iron Man's there.
Spidey,
And the
these are
Avengers.
dollar books, man. You can get these anytime
They're not
you
dollar
want.
books over here, all right?
Oh,
Hey,
let's
181.
Hey.
Obviously.
Let's
No,
go. That better not go in the box. 181.
So,
Obviously,
raise of hands.
181.
Raise of
No,
hands.
not raise my hand. Just put
Issue-
181 in the box.
No,
Issue
that's not
73.
going in
You
there.
already
No.
showed him, man.
Cool,
181.
Yes.
Throw it in.
181.
All right. 181.
181,
Yes.
man.
Yes. Yes. There you go.
No.
Everyone said yes.
Can I trade you
Only-
my shit copy? You can put my
Only,
shit copy
only
in your
two
box?
hands went up. It does not go
Everyone
in.
else said yes, and Jean Malone counts. He's a real person too, Rob.
Yeah, I'll put this one in.
200.
Yeah, that's
All right.
not
Yeah.
fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Bullseye getting his.
Jean Malone, he
Electro,
doesn't- he
Electro
doesn't
via another time. Death of Electra another day. All
like-
right.
She made it today, but
Now,
she lives to fight another day.
so that means we've got a total of 7 books. We need 7 more books out of this
Christ, it's
stack.
going to take forever. Can we just do like you do on the show, like 4 from the front? Do the back.
No, these will be easier. We're just gonna vote through these here just real quick.
All right, I vote
Because
yes.
this is the
Yes.
First onslaught.
Sure.
yeah, Onslaught was revealed to
That's
be
not
Xavier.
Hey,
Right.
look.
Yes.
Legend in the
We all
house.
said yes.
Well, let me show you real quick what they are.
Oh, God damn it.
Come on, Mark. This
First,
is
live wire and continuity.
Yes.
Yes.
Keeper.
First, anti-monitor.
Yes.
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 Death of Barry Allen.
Yes.
Yes.
First, Renee Montoya.
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
Yes.
The origin of the Savage Land.
Yes.
Yes.
Pass.
Hulk 119.
Well, no, because you just fucked it
Oh,
up.
I'd like that.
Yep.
Hey, Scott.
DC's Fighting Forces. The Losers.
Yeah, that was a good movie, too.
Yeah, it was.
Gunslinger Spawn.
Nah.
Yeah.
I've had that one a few times.
First
Yeah.
appearance of Jamie Reyes. or
Jaime.
Jaime Reyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with that one.
First Death Dealer.
Yes.
That's cool.
That was a cool cover.
And Batman 700.
Yeah, beautiful that is. That
Never
David
storage
Finch?
was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
David Finch.
yeah,
cover.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Yeah. All those are good, Rob. Throw them all in
3,
there.
4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7 of you guys. So 4 votes puts it in.
We all
Yeah.
said yes.
Yes.
You guys all said yes to everything. This is now you know what's in there. We only get to put 7 books in.
You only showed us 7 books.
I showed you more than 7 books.
Okay.
Batman
that should-
700.
that should go
Raise your
in.
hand.
That should go in.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raise your hand.
Put 700 in.
Based on the fact the
1, 2, 3,
artist
4.
is
Okay,
Canadian.
got it. 4 of you got. Perfect. Death Dealer.
No.
No.
No. All right.
Cool book. But
First Jaime Reyes. Yes, that's the George
yeah,
Press.
I'd put that in there.
It's a
Yeah,
key.
people like
love
people
Blue
like
Beetle,
Blue
my
Beetle.
dude. No,
Begrudgingly.
definitely not that one.
No.
No, because it's like,
Not compared to those other ones we had.
No.
It's a cool cover, but the other ones are just
yeah, I agree.
no.
No.
Yes for Spidey because Spidey was.
Yeah, I want to win that.
It's
Yeah,
just Chandler.
sure.
Yeah.
Ozzy gets a vote. Sure.
No, because Morgs is too much of a bitch in the fucking chat.
I'm picking DC books, Chris.
So if I count right, that's 3 votes, which means he doesn't go in.
No, okay, that's all right.
I'm
I'll
sorry,
win it enough.
Spidey. He doesn't like you. either.
Origin of the Savage Land.
Yeah.
I'm voting for the thighs. I give that a yes.
Yes.
we'll-
So 2,
we'll go,
3,
we'll go, yeah.
4
Yeah.
yeses.
Hey,
Low
Pops.
pops.
3 books. First Renee Montoya.
Nah.
Nah.
Yeah,
And
no.
look at how much Rob likes
Don't
that.
even know who that is.
Maybe someone killed their dad.
She becomes she later becomes the question.
She's the question.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know DC.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes to that.
Yeah, I'd say yes for that one.
That's
No,
news.
Yeah,
then.
yeah,
no
yeah.
to the
All right.
anti-monitor because we just put 1 in. Don't need 2
Right.
crises.
That's what I would say too. First live wire and continuity.
Yes.
Yeah. Even though it's not the real first appearance. Yeah.
I know we also have given away the first real appearance, but this is the first in
And
continuity.
Superman Adventures.
Are you counting votes?
Yeah. I am.
He's just as good as any American can, Chris.
It seems like you need some Canadian help with voting counting.
Oh.
By
No.
the way, Chris. Oh, go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
Nope. All right. So that's gonna
I think
be.
we did it. I think we did it.
That was 1, 2, 3,
I think it
4,
might be
5.
too short.
You guys accepted 5 books, but that's fine.
All right.
We can go a little bit short.
Well,
Yeah.
no, let's recount. Let's see what else we got available there. Or maybe
I
we can
demand
go
a
back
recount.
to
Just throw the onslaught in there and throw the what was the other
181.
one? The
180.
losers.
the
Yeah,
181.
just throw those.
Yeah,
two.
losers.
The Losers is a good one for some variety. And then
Yep,
the
got it. All right, sounds good. Thank you guys.
Yeah, that was
I
painful.
got some stuff more.
Yeah.
You guys overly complicate it.
Yeah, we did.
Plus, Mark uses his voice to bully everyone around.
What's up, everybody?
I just
We're used to that by now.
So I went to a place called Second in Charles. They have books, comics, toys, what have you. I went through their bins, and man, I love
Hey.
going to their shop.
Vogger. Can you turn your camera horizontally?
Yeah, of course.
There we
Sorry.
go. Right.
I'm sorry.
Now it's a much better perspective.
You make our OCDs get messed up.
So,
Rob was about to
this-
explode, so I was just helping him out.
Yeah.
Thank
Chris,
you.
this is what I was going to show on your show because I can't make it. Catwoman number 39.
Oh,
Let's go. Yes.
Oh,
Catwoman 41.
Let's go.
Nice.
I'm sensing a theme here.
Yep.
Yeah,
I
you
do,
think
yes.
Catwoman 43.
Lovely.
Catwoman 45.
Woo! Meow.
Are these all John Jane covers or?
Those are
Yeah, ask
prison.
him, my friend.
He's being,
Harley Quinn number 35.
I could hear the sarcasm in his voice.
No, Chris, it's Jack Kirby, right?
Harley Quinn 35.
Mike Mignola.
Harley
Yeah,
Quinn
yeah.
30.
Oh, I like that.
That's
Yeah,
a
that's
long
that's
neck.
long cover.
Whole lot of neck.
Catwoman 37. Now I break the
Wait.
tracks.
Did you just say Catwoman 37
Yeah,
for Ivy?
yeah.
Okay, my mistake. You're wrong. Yep.
Catwoman 46 swimsuit variant.
Hello, legs.
Hello.
Oh, I forget what the Superman title is called, but it has a variant cover of Happy Holidays from the Kents.
Is that your Christmas card?
That was the Christmas special from last year.
Harley Quinn number 20. I just like football, so I thought it was kind of fun.
Pops. Where's the
Who actually
blowjob?
remember
chair?
the Legion of
Where's the
Doom
blowjob
there?
chair?
Derek Chew.
Yep. And lastly, Catwoman number 51.
Oh,
pretty.
that's nice.
Bruce Timish.
And
Yeah.
then
Class
shout
thing.
out to a non-mouse. I'm not going to say who it is. Sent me. He knows I like Batgirl. A vaulted Funko of Batgirl.
Very cool.
That's
Nice.
that's actually that's really old. That's like original series related.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Doesn't
There's so
say
much
what
English
year,
on that.
Yvonne.
But
No, that'd be probably mid 2000s, I think.
Yeah.
That's first release, so that'd be like a 10-15-year-old pop. So
Yep.
that'd actually be
I
worth
know
a bit.
everyone doesn't like Frizen or whatever I showed it. If they do,
A lot of people
cool.
love Frizen. There's a lot of fans of Frizen on this panel, that's for sure.
I
Yeah,
like her.
so that's what I got.
Frizen.
Frizzon.
That's what I got. Thank you guys.
Very
Thank you,
nice.
son. Very
Yeah.
nice.
I got to drop off, guys.
See you, Rich.
All
Have a
right.
good
Y'all
night.
have a good night.
Thanks, brother. Take it
Thanks
easy.
for having me, man. I'll see you guys.
Have a good one, Rich. But yeah, thanks guys for letting me show.
Not always, Pops. It's because depending on which series it is as to like, because they restart the numbers for each different series, they quite often do. So sometimes it can be a little bit deceiving, the numbers.
Chris, I wanted to tell you, I really thoroughly. What's up, Kevin? I
Hey,
really, Chris, I really enjoyed your interaction with. How do you say his last name again? Today.
Mana pull out?
Yeah, so cool. And he tells you that his relatives are in the army. Yeah, that was really cool. He seems like a down to earth dude, like really down to earth.
Yeah, man, he was incredibly kind. Incredibly kind.
And then those remarks were dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. Dude, that story is ginormous.
Oh, I appreciate you hanging out, man.
Yeah, that store, dude, that makes Midtown Comics look a little smaller.
I
It is-
don't
it still is
know
old.
about that,
It
but
is old.
it's the different layout, but same vibes for sure. But yeah, Midtown Times Square in Manhattan is
Yeah, I've been to it.
great-
It's a cool shop.
it's a great shop.
Yeah, it's an amazing shop. Didn't buy shit when I went, but it's not when I was collecting comics.
The first time I was there, Frank Miller was just wandering around the store.
Oh, really?
I forget
Boxing Day,
who
yeah.
who did the owner say was coming next to that shop?
Jeff Lemire.
Dude, that's so dope.
So I'll be bringing my Swamp Thing Green Hell.
For sure. Love that.
Are you going to go to that one, Chris?
If it's on the weekend, yep, and it doesn't interfere with only slabs, unless I have to tag in morgues for a half hour or something.
Yeah. Tag all
His slabs. Guess what I got?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
This Heaven got his first slab.
My very first slab.
More Jenny Prison.
Very, very nice. I know the other Simon was trying to get that for the longest of time. I know he finally got it, but that was a hard book to try and get over here.
Well, this is a Mexican foil variant.
Gorgeous.
And I got the thing for $80.
Oh, very nice.
There we go.
Oh, hang on. Go back to
get my better.
Yeah, that's a gorgeous representation of death.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite characters, holding the Corinthian skull.
And they got it all foil looking cool. I like that.
Yeah. And it was a good story. It's James Tinian, which I like his writing, but
Tiny Onion.
Mexican edition, El Quinto Mundo edition. So it's not quite as rare as the one in 100 variant.
Gorgeous, so Kevin.
Yeah,
But
the trade dress looks
it's
great.
affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know it existed. Happened to run across the auction and was like, you know what, I can afford that. And I really like that. So
I almost bought a Turkish version of Amazing Spider-Man 601, the J. Scott Campbell, but I held off on it.
Yeah, I was going to say, speaking of appearances, there is nothing confirmed yet, but there is some rumors going around that our first big con, which is Supernova Expo, which will be probably March, April next year, the rumor is there will be a Momoko showing.
Oh.
Apparently. So I don't know, it hasn't been confirmed yet, but that is the rumor floating around. So that'll be an interesting... I think everybody's going to be calling in every favor they can to get exhibitor passes and get into the show early and that sort of thing too, especially if she's going to be doing any kind of sketching, which we're sort of lucky because obviously we don't get these sort of creators. We don't get a lot of big creators over here. And if we do, they generally, like I know we had Mike Zeck during the year. I didn't go to the con because I wasn't doing cons at the time, but he refused to sketch at all, even though it's like a once-off appearance. I know he has retired from sort of sketching for people, but a lot of people tried, and he just kept saying no. He ended up having to put a sign up on his thing saying, I have no sketches. I will not be sketching. I will only be signing. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether she actually does or not. So, but
Have they announced any other creators for that con?
Yeah, Mark. Oh, and Mark Smoke Bombs. Yeah, no, and that's what I said. This is just a rumor at the moment.
Okay. So no one else has been confirmed yet, though?
No. But they'll only get 2, maybe 3 at absolute most for our big cons, international creators. They usually make most of it up of the Aussie guys. Some big, some small. So like staples like Tom Taylor, David Yarden, Nicholas Scott, Mark Rates, like people like that are a lot of our big names. They are generally nearly at every show or at most shows. But yeah, international creators, generally 2, 3 at absolute most, depending on who it is too. Sometimes if it's somebody who, like a Frank Cho or something like that, almost demands a fee to come out. And it's like, where like you're getting all your airfares and all your accommodation and everything else paid for. We can't exactly afford to pay you a fee to come out too. Like treat it as a holiday. You're here because most of our shows are generally done as pairs. So opposite weekends in opposite states. So for argument's sake, the first shows are usually I think it's Melbourne, Brisbane. So Melbourne will be first one weekend, and then the following weekend is Brisbane. So they'll pretty much put them up for the whole week, and then they can do whatever they want during the week. So it is a big outlay obviously for Australia to get somebody like that from overseas. Obviously Peach, I think she still lives in Japan as far as I know. I don't think she has moved over to the States or anything like that. So it wouldn't be as bad getting her over here because Japan flights are, probably $500-600 or whatever like that, opposed to a couple of thousand.
Yeah.
For US people, but it'd be interesting to see whether they do officially get her and what she'll actually do, whether she's just signing, whether she's sketching, whether she's remarking or anything like that. Because I know we occasionally get a little bit of special preference because a lot of these creators generally say, look, I may only come to Australia once. So they do look after us quite often. So some artists, like I know he didn't do it the second time, but when Dave Gibbons came out, he's been out 3 times. The first time he came out, he did a little secret commission list, which I was not privy to because it was very early in my original art days, unfortunately. But he was basically doing full 11x17 full figure with background commission.
Nice.
I only found out after the fact, unfortunately, because I would have loved to have gotten something from Dave Gibbons. But the second and third time, he did remarks the second time. Third time, when I actually got to meet him, he wasn't doing anything. And if he did, he said, I'll do something if you want, but it'll be like $3,000. So in other words, he was trying to put a out of the ballpark sort of figure so nobody will bite. But we occasionally get some special preference. Like I know Arthur Adams, he has looked after us. He's been out quite a few times over here. He's a favorite. Like if he loves Australia, him and Joyce both coming out here. He will quite often give us a better rate for original art than what he does at some shows over in the States because he sees it as he's being paid to have a holiday over here, so he gives back. In other words, cool. But sometimes some artists that always charge for signatures as well in the States will not necessarily charge over here. For that same reason, but it'll be interesting to see what happens with Peach. So I'm going to keep my ear to the ground. Whether it brings me out of retirement from my original art, and depending on the price, I may try and have a bite at it. But we will see what happens.
How big are the crowds over there at those cons?
What was that? Sorry, Kev.
How big are the crowds at those cons? How many people come
up? We classify these as our big cons. Like I'd say an average, because ours only goes for a weekend, so it's just a Saturday, Sunday con generally. Average numbers would be 20 to 30,000 for the weekend. So it's big for us, but not big for an American con, obviously.
Right.
I think the biggest one I was ever involved in was the first time Stan Lee ever came. That was 2011, 2012, I think it was, and they got 95,000 for the weekend. So that was huge. I'd say the venue itself, depending on where they hold it, probably on par with a medium size, like square footage wise, would probably be on par with probably a small to medium size sort of con in America or in Canada. It's nowhere near like a San Diego or a New York or a Fan Expo Toronto, like footage size.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty decent size sort of venue. So, but that'll be interesting to see. I'd love to be able to meet her. I know her English isn't great. I know she usually has a translator of some kind sort of there, but we'll see. Maybe I could break out an odd word in Japanese and see if it works. I don't know.
Domo.
I would love to.
Yeah, pretty much.
Suzuki,
Yamaha.
Nishiwa.
Have the Google Translate app ready.
Yeah,
You just use the Google Translate app.
G'day, Peach, how you going? And she'll be like, what?
Under the table she goes.
Security.
Crazy
I was
Aussie.
wondering if maybe that's why she's going to Australia. Get away from these
Konnichiwa from Australia.
Crazy Americans.
She hasn't been to Canada yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd say it would cost about the same to fly to the States as it would to Canada from Japan. So
Yeah, my
pretty much
friend flew from Japan, Florida to Japan, and it was 24 hours. I flew from New York to Israel, and that was almost 24 hours, I think.
Well, that's a lot of layovers. I went from
No, New York to
12 hours.
New York to Israel is direct, I think.
Oh, Israel. I was
Yeah,
talking about Japan.
direct. Oh, no, you're stopping for sure.
I went from Detroit. Well, I went from Atlanta to Detroit, got stuck in Detroit for what was supposed to be a 45-minute layover, turned into a 6-hour layover.
Oh, Jesus.
We flew from Detroit directly to Japan, to Narita. And Japan closes their airports at 10 o'clock. So we ended up spending the night in the airport hotel because of our delay in Chicago and showing up to Hong Kong a day late for I won a prize from the Drew Carey show on ABC, a 7-day trip to Hong Kong.
Nice.
Cool.
So it's like, well, I got to go the farthest I could possibly go from Warner Robins, Georgia. I swear, if you dig a hole straight through the middle of the earth, you would come out in Hong Kong.
Kev, were you there when it was still part of part of the empire, or after it switched back to
to
China?
I think in '97.
Okay.
It was '99 when I went. So it was a special administrative region, which that apparently is ending or has ended now quite early. It was supposed to be that for 70 years. But China put an end to that, I reckon. I won't be going back to Hong Kong, apparently.
No, probably not. You might get railed a spy or something like that and put in jail for nothing.
Right. But yeah, it was a fun trip. Culture shock for this southern U.S. kid that's never been out of the country before. But
I have several friends that are actually born and raised Hong Kong and then immigrated to Australia and things like that, and even people that were obviously just their families from Hong Kong and stuff like that. And I know actually Beck's been to Hong Kong because she had a friend growing up through high school that was from Hong Kong, and she went over there and she said, yeah, it's literally a real culture shock because even just going shopping down, in the main city, it's one of those sort of things where they will literally chase you down the street to make you buy stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And things
especially
like
a
that.
suit. I kept having these guys, Chinese tailor-made, tailor-fitted suit, only $300 US.
Yeah.
Sounds great, but I really don't need a suit.
Yeah, wear it once and it falls apart. Yeah.
Right. But like the malls over there, the malls were by subject. You didn't, in the US you go to a mall and there's a store for every different thing under the sun. In Hong Kong, it's the electronics mall, and every store is electronics related. And they have the clothing mall where everything is just clothes. That was a little odd, especially walking through the electronics mall, and they got motherboards and stuff just displayed. I've never seen that in the US. Everything's in a box.
Yeah, even that's the same over here. It's like we call them shopping centers and things like that. But yeah, you go in there. They've got obviously your big your Kmart's and your Targets and all that sort of stuff are generally taking up a lot of space. And then you have all your smaller retailers, but it's just all your malls. It's just a mixture of everything. It's definitely a different way of thinking over there. That's for sure.
Yeah. And I have to say the only English-speaking people I met while I was over there were from Australia. I didn't meet anybody from the U.S. Oh, and of course the people that worked at the hotels. That was about if you couldn't find somebody that you could speak English with and converse with, you could walk into any of the big hotels and the maitre d' or whatever, somebody there could speak English and help you out. Because I got lost one night. I was walking around God knows where with a big giant video camera of the day, like, where the hell am I? Walked the wrong way, and it's like the guy took me out of the hotel when I found a guy that could speak English, and he pointed, and he's like, 3 miles. I'm like, son of a bitch. I walked the wrong way.
You went a bit too far.
It helped that I was a little bit drunk at the time. Which is
We're
why
not in Georgia anymore, Toto.
Yeah, right.
Because you've been to a few countries, haven't you, Vogsy? You travelled around a little bit.
Yeah, I've been to France, Italy, Israel, Spain, Germany, Portugal, Sardinia. I've told people, not a lot of people know this. I, as a kid, was fortunate in the 90s and up till 2006. I was born in Connecticut in 94, moved to Charlotte for a few years because my dad worked for First Union that would later turn into Wachovia. We would live in Charlotte till 1990, maybe 9. Go to London for 3 years. Go to Germany because he was part of Wachovia. Go to Germany for 3 years. And we've been in Charlotte since 2006. So it went Connecticut, Charlotte, London, Frankfurt, Charlotte.
Nice.
So yeah, not a lot of people know that. I do have
a lot of culture shock differences going from those sort of countries.
Dude, it was a lot. It was crazy. In Germany, I actually took a speech class because I had a speech impediment as a kid. But it's crazy because my brother played soccer in Germany. We did too. My brother went into in London, went to an American school, London, with my sister. I went to another school. And then in Germany, my brother went to an international school where it had kids from Spain, Greece, Italy, you name the country. I went to the sister school of that. And then the cool thing was my best friend in Germany was an American kid from Philadelphia whose dad was stationed at the military base in Germany in a town called Wiesbaden. It's small, it's inside Frankfurt, and we went trick-or-treating at the military base. So yeah, I've been to so many different countries. I have yet to touch Asia though. I need to. I want to go to Japan and I want to go to Australia.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Australia sometime.
I've always wanted to go to Australia.
Yeah, it's funny. Most people are like, wait a minute. You don't have the... I get the stupidest thing ever because I lived in Charlotte twice in my life. People are like, you don't have a southern accent. I'm like, wasn't born here. I told you I was born in Connecticut. You think I have a southern accent? Some woman's like, oh, you have an accent. I'm like, what accent do you hear? I don't have a northern accent. I don't have a New York or Boston accent, and I sure as heck don't have a southern accent.
Or a British accent.
Yeah, exactly.
Continental. You have a continental accent.
Exactly. You know what the
we
funny thing
call it a
is?
mongrel accent over here.
You know what's funny is when I was little in London, my dad said I sounded like a British kid because you know how American kids say, oh, can I have a turn? I said, may I have a go? I'm like, wait a minute. No way I did. He's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, what?
I used to work for this girl that she was born in Georgia, moved to London, back to Georgia, they moved back and forth because of her parents' job. So she basically grew up in Georgia and London. And anybody in Georgia hearing her talk would think she's got a British accent. And when she went to Britain, they're all like, you sound like you're from the deep South. And you listen to her, and there would be a y'all thrown in there with the British accent and stuff. And it's like,
you know what's funny about
I thought it was the most sexy thing.
You know what's so funny about England? The funny thing about England is you have different accents. You have the Manchester accent. You have the Liverpool accent.
There's heaps.
There's so many. It's insane. Cockney, yeah.
I remember watching an early interview of Oasis in the 90s on MTV.
Oh my God.
What are they saying?
Whenever I would watch BBC with my mom, she would always be like, Do they have subtitles? You know, I gotta have the closed caption on when it's
You have to.
Yeah.
You have
Like
to.
even though like really like full Scottish or Irish accents can be really hard to understand, but
Oh yeah.
in saying there are some accents in London or in England, should I say, that are just as bad as a really
there's
bad
so many.
Scottish or Irish accent. So yeah,
Welsh.
sometimes you got to listen
Welsh
really
accents
quick.
are crazy.
What was the movie with the dude in it? God, I can't even think now.
You know who has an interesting accent is South Africa.
Was it Brad Pitt in that movie? And you couldn't understand a
Snatch.
yes, yeah.
It's like, when you get my mom wants to Carolyn.
Saying.
He's like, do you like dogs? What? You like dogs?
Yeah, no,
Boston accents are crazy funny.
But no, it's like,
Austin had a bad accent.
When I hear people try to do Australian accents, sometimes they actually put on a little bit of a South African accent.
Yeah.
My Australian accent sounds Australian, I think.
No, it doesn't.
Mine doesn't. I know it doesn't. I want to say it does.
It's usually British or South African. Usually is what it comes.
I don't have an Australian accent. I don't have any accent other than California. Thank you very much.
My impersonation, is about as Australian as Outback Steakhouse.
Bloomin' onion.
Bloomin' onion.
I don't even like Outback Steakhouse. I know that sounds crazy. I'm not a big fan of it.
Why does it sound crazy? It's just a big chain restaurant that serves mediocre food.
Yeah,
do they still exist in the States or out of business up here now?
Oh yeah,
no,
they're so good.
They do exist.
I hope they do.
COVID killed them too.
Another one's a waste of money is that Rainforest Cafe.
They're dead too.
Now, are they finally dead?
They're dead up here. Yeah.
I remember somebody asking me, "Oh, do you have Outback Steakhouse over here?" And I'm like, "No, that's an American thing."
Yeah,
I asked an Australian.
We don't talk about
that.
An Australian if he likes
and
Foster's.
I got dressed down for 30 minutes because I said Foster's beer. He's like, "No,
do not drink that. Do not drink that camel's piss."
Yeah, someone told me Foster's is terrible.
Yeah, it's not. It's a little bit like obviously Foster's was very like it was because Paul Hogan used to do ads for Foster's and things like that, like tourism ads and things like that, and used to incorporate Foster's in it. So that's how a lot of overseas people know of Foster's. But it's basically like somebody. So I don't mean to pinpoint, but the pinpoint say, Rob, like if I say like a really cheap, nasty bourbon brand, and you say, "Oh, that's really nice," he'll like give you that scowl and say that's not real bourbon. That's the same with Foster's. It's not real beer. It's just shit.
So it's kind of like Pabst Blue Ribbon. It's like
exactly.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, right?
That's Pabst.
Yeah, we have Pabst Blue Ribbon over here.
Old
That's
Milwaukee.
Yeah,
Milwaukee. Yeah, old Milwaukee. The Milwaukee's best.
PBR, baby. Natural light.
Say natty light.
Yeah.
Tastes like water.
I still have the inclination though, and I know that's mentioned before, and everybody just shakes their head and says, "Don't you fucking dare." Even though I'm not a drinker anymore, I still want to try at least a shot of that stupid Chicago stuff.
Oh,
what stuff?
Malort, is it?
Merlot. Yeah, whatever. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
No.
Merlot is wine.
Yeah.
No, not that.
Merlot is wine.
I was like, huh?
Yeah, Malort or whatever it's called.
Yeah. I know.
Just for curiosity's sake, more than anything else.
Huh.
I've tried nearly
every
nearly every alcohol under the sun, but that I just want to just have a little shot of it just to say how bad it actually is.
Well, look, it's bad enough that the company who sells it doesn't try to say it's good.
That's why I want to try.
Well, that's like Jägermeister. I mean, even everybody knows.
We were talking about that. We were talking about that earlier.
I like the Kentucky, we got some pretty good Kentucky bourbon where I'm from.
Yeah. I've been to the speaking of whiskey, the Tennessee whiskey, Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's in a dry county.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Sell liquor in the county that
That's
they
very
brew
ironic.
Jack Daniels in.
Yeah, it's wild.
Let me get my
Get a
location.
shot there after
Well, they have
taking.
I showed an empty whiskey bottle, I think, last week, but I had it wrong. It's called Blanton's. It's got like a little horse on the top of it on the cork. It's pretty cool.
Interesting.
Ooh, some jungle act.
Show us what you got.
You're jumping back on the Black Panther wagon again.
Like I pick up Jungle Action if I can get it cheap. This came out of a C3 mystery box that Joe put together, Anachronic Comics, and inside this is actually like a big key. Like this is one of the KKK appearances in here.
Oh yeah, that was awesome, man. I want to get those.
What number is that?
This is 20.
20.
There's only, what is there, 27 of them or something like that?
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't think it made 80. I've got, or pardon me, 30. I've got a few issues. Again, if I can pick them up for cheap, like $2 or $3, I will. But the thing is, hardly any of them are worth any of that. They all like seem to have value.
Yeah, there was a few. There was obviously first Killmonger was a big book at the time. That skyrocketed.
It's since cooled down, but yeah, it's this book can definitely use some TLC. Don't get me wrong, but
it started with Kazar, didn't it?
Yeah,
Jungle Action.
Yep.
Yeah, I watched.
But the Black Panther stuff is so much better.
You got good stuff in that box.
The Black Panther stuff really touches on 70s social stuff, especially with inner city stuff. So I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and then the KKK
with inner city stuff, and but as long as you Francis Manipolo, you'll be okay.
Okay. But yeah, there's 3 issues. This is one of the 3 where the clan are spotlighted, trying to get their hands on T'Challa.
Because I don't have that issue, but I have a few.
Yep.
Of the I have a few issues of Jungle Action.
We got a couple in the giveaway bin.
Yep. We do?
Yeah.
It's Miss Lady Fantastic show, and it's hers the other day. She's got the whole. She just finished. Got all of them. Finished her set.
I think I actually have a couple more coming. Actually, I think I picked up some on the Facebook group auctions. I think.
But yeah,
I looked this one up. I don't know. It said it was when I looked it up. It was the first appearance of Zorana.
First appearance.
First appearance.
That one has no first appearances in it.
Okay.
I didn't
think it was.
There's like 4 issues in the run that don't have first appearances.
Yeah, that's one. That makes it unique, right?
Man,
that's the key that it doesn't have any first appearances.
Yeah. It's key because it's not a key.
Weapon plus. How many weapons has there been? Guys, they always seem to come up with new ones. That's a nice team book. I like that.
And then of course I got this one. My buddy sent me this Silvestri cover. He knows I like Wolverine.
Yeah, he does. Silvestri does an awesome. He does an awesome Sabretooth too.
Oh yeah,
awesome Sabretooth.
And I got into the basement and I found my old trade of and then I got my complete Deadpool.
Ooh, nice. Oh, that's cool.
Good story.
Nice.
So, Morgs, Black Panther takes over Jungle Action issue 5.
I already showed that one because I was reading it when we showed up.
So how many issues Black Panther and Jungle Action?
There's issues. It only goes up to 24 apparently.
24.
Okay, so not 19.
24 issues, and Black Panther takes over in issue 5 from Kazar.
And who takes after Black Panther?
No one. It's Black Panther to the end.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, it's only a shortish sort of run.
Now they reintroduced it as Black Panther #1, or did they just change the name?
Yeah, with that Kirby cover.
Yeah, they relaunched it with his ongoing monthly.
Yeah, and ended Jungle Action.
That's a. I gave you that, didn't I, Chris?
Yeah, Rob sent one of the copies up that I needed for my run. To get issue 20 in a mystery box was pretty good. Like the high end value is $30 on the $50 mystery box was pretty good. But there are a few big books in this run.
Yeah, because I still remember when before I started doing the channel, I was part of the auction scene, and I remember that first Killmonger being a decent sized book and actually being part of. I ended up that book there. I ended up bowing out at $100 US, and it ended up going for $900 in a YouTube auction at the time. And that was and that was Disco that actually won it, Discovery Bay, who some people may or may not know who he is, but he's an OG, but he won it for $900 at the time, and I'm just like, I'm glad I bowed out at $100.
Yeah,
but the stupid thing is, I went onto eBay the next week and I picked up one from the UK, US version though, from the UK for like $50 or £50, which is about $75 Australian, and about probably a mid grade. But I was perfectly happy with that. I'm like, I'm not paying $900. I'm only paying $100.
Yeah, right.
So,
how many slabs are you sitting on right now that you haven't cracked?
We went through it the other day actually. 9 or 10. Actually, it might be 11. And I think
Rob, you're muted,
Rob.
You've got like 3 coming to you right now.
I was gonna say
you almost have an appearance on Only Slab.
I know.
You're getting there. That's where I was going with it because I recommended a few people to Rob, and we've knocked off a couple. And then when I said your name, Rob's like, he doesn't have enough. I'm like, are we sure though?
Yeah, but it's very hard because I do it down in the old man's shed where all the tools are and everything like that. Obviously, people who've seen the videos see it's very old school sort of a lot of old tools and things like that. And it has to be good weather. It can't be raining because we've got like metal corrugated roof. So as soon as it rains, it makes a hell of a noise in there. It can't be hot because then it'll end up being a sweat box. And it takes a lot of time to sort of, even if I'm only doing a very basic cracking, just setting up the tripod ring light and angles, and I need Beck to be there to do quite often like the split screen sort of thing. So I'll take the normal sort of the distance shot with my phone, and then she'll do the sort of the close up with her phone, and then putting it all together. So it's not a 5-minute thing, unfortunately. But I'm hoping Christmas holidays, if I still get them, I might be able to do 1 or 2. Hopefully,
Spidey, have you done the table?
Just hold them and make your appearance on Only Subs, man. Just hold them.
Yeah, but I'd need to get like another 10, even with the ones coming from C3.
We could stretch it out. Just get 20, and then we'll rock and roll. Never mind, Rob.
And crack each one after I show him.
we'll fill that 90 minutes.
Rob will kick me off the show in 5 minutes.
I need to find a Batman slab soon for myself.
Ooh.
I have 4 on the way, and that will give me 10.
What book were you thinking, Vogsy? Like which any random Batman thing, or are you looking at keys or?
I don't know. It may be like a small key.
Get the Detective Comics Is Paul Dead from the Beatles. Get that Batman book.
Ooh, that would be cool. I'm actually looking at who our friend Flat Earth Santa was telling us about. I need to get I think it's Detective Comics, the first appearance of Barbara Gordon as Batgirl. I need that. I just got from
that's gonna be a bit of dollars to try and get that.
Yeah, I know. I just got from Matt the first. I just got the first appearance as Tim Drake Robin from Matt.
No, it's the first appearance in the costume.
Okay, first appearance in the costume.
And that's in the giveaway box, by the way. Or has been in the giveaway box.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt, can you send me that as a note on Instagram. So when I make the video, I don't want to mess it up.
I'd say
Written on the
maybe
back of it.
a Court of Owls book would be fairly accessible and a reasonable
probably.
price in a slab, I reckon.
First Hush.
Yeah, first
Court of
Hush
Owls,
or
I'll
something
tell
like-
you, depending on what you want. I just picked up a number 6, the first full appearance of the Court of Owls in a 9.8, 150.
You could probably find the Killing Joke in a
But
pretty
if
reasonable price.
you get it in like a 9.4, super cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
Yeah,
long as you're
I'm
not a grade
definitely-
snob, you'd be able to pick up it. There's a million, good keys and good low dollar keys.
I
in
may
the
not
Batman
even
and
go
Detective run.
after. I don't know if I'm even going to go after a key. I may just like
Even just find a
nice.
nice cover that you like.
I was
It
gonna
doesn't
say,
have to. It
That's
doesn't
what I
have
was
to be a
thinking.
key.
Yeah.
Get a nice art germ cover.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
a Frizen cover or something like that.
She
you know?
does. She does have a Batman, I think, cover, doesn't she, Chris?
God, I think she has a
She has a
cover.
lot of Catwoman covers.
I was
She's
gonna
got
say,
Ivy, Wonder Woman, and Harley are her big ones, and then Catwoman afterwards. But Batman, I don't know if she's done a Batman
I'm
variant.
gonna look real quick.
If she did, it's probably got Catwoman on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say.
It
It's
might
probably
be,
not
yeah.
Batman.
She has a few actually. There's one with Superman on it.
Really?
Yeah, it's Batman Superman number 20.
She does generally get work that's comprised of female, like
Exactly.
either heroes or villains or whichever like that. That's generally like obviously something is killing the children. A lot of Erica Slaughter stuff, a lot of Catwoman, a lot of Poison Ivy. I know she's done a couple of Marvel books, like she's done some X-Men but mainly like because I actually forgot. I actually have a Prison Sign book that I won from, I can't remember who, won from somebody. It has Mystique on the front.
She did a great Batman Who Laughs cover.
Yeah.
Okay.
She did.
Batgirl, but yeah, normally
I know what you're talking about.
when it comes to DC, she does a lot of female characters.
Yeah, she does. I know there was I'd like to say it was, I think, a 1 in 25. It was like an upside down silk cover. I wanted to get that, but it's so hard to find over here.
I like that. There's a Zerdy one I want to get, the silk. It's pretty cool.
I like that one.
Yeah, she hasn't really done much male stuff. It's pretty much always female characters. Oh.
There's one right there, Will. Oh, wrong thing.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't mind that stuff. That stuff's nice.
There it is.
Oh, that's dope.
What, Jenny Frizen did that. Oh,
yeah, the Batman Who
I
Laughs.
already have her thing.
That's really nice.
That's
but just for the cover itself, not necessarily.
No, I agree.
Her upside down silk, that is incredible.
I'd love to get my, like, I'm not a big variant guy. Like, I went through the stage of picking up variants, like what we could get over here, but I really wanted that one, and it was very hard to try and get a hold of.
Never seen this before. The Psylocke.
Here's one. It's
that's
a
cool.
comic, but it says the Batman only in theaters, and it's signed, slabbed.
I'd love to get that. Like, Psylocke is a personal favorite of mine.
You know who has that Psylocke? Chris is Trev.
Does he?
Yeah.
What? It's only $50. Is that $50 start thing, or is it buy?
It's still got 6.5 days. It will not.
Oh yeah, that'll go for $100 or $200.
Yeah, for sure. Here's
I'm just gonna look.
190 that's signed.
No, I don't want it. I don't need it signed.
Her DC stuff is probably a lot more famous, but some of those Marvel ones are just incredible.
She's actually done some. I'm just trying to think because I
don't
know what X-Men book it was, but it's a Mystique cover.
Mystique? I think I got it right here, Morgs.
Here's her Batman.
Yeah,
Black
that's the one. I have that. I have that one signed. I can't remember. I won it from somebody in a giveaway.
I got her. I got her last year at Heroes on Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider.
Her
What
Dazzler is nice
what was
too.
that book?
Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider. I
Is
think
that the one she's got the headphones on, Boggs?
Yep.
That one.
The
That one
Madonna.
works.
Yeah, that's a beautiful cover.
There's
Yeah.
a detective.
Yeah,
one.
that, I don't think I got that.
There's
Yeah.
an exclusive she did that I wasn't aware of till Rob actually pointed out to me as him and I were walking around Heroes Con that she did
look.
for Gwen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think she actually did a few Gwen covers. I think.
I'll take a look. I'll put it in Frizzen.
She also has the number 7.
You muted again, Rob.
Sorry, you talking about that volume 2 one I showed you that was like the negative space?
This.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That'd be
I have that one signed. Yeah.
Be nice.
A lot of nice white space to pick any sort of color you want on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I am partial to her Something Is Killing the Children and Wonder Woman stuff, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Oh, I have like a lot of her Wonder Woman stuff. I mean, like 8.
Oh, here's
6.
the Batman Superman.
Yeah, that's sick. That's
There's,
what it's like.
That is pretty cool.
There's a black and white copy of this is actually nicer than the color, I find.
I do like the black
I
and white.
don't like Superman's face. I'm sorry, I may be on the minority of this. But I like his
He looks
face.
a little thin.
Yeah.
Looks weird. It just looks off to me. I don't know. But yeah,
That's a pretty frizzy.
that's
That
nice.
one's beautiful.
See, to me, this is an homage to the Williamson Batgirl 33 cover. Or is it 33 or is it 16? I gotta pull it up.
Oh, wasn't one of the ones you got signed at Heroes at one point? I remember.
I met Williamson there and forgot he was there, and I talked about the cover that he made. It's one of my all-time favorite covers.
Oh, and I was thinking of Middleton.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry.
Hmm.
Middleton. My mistake. You're correct.
It's got to happen.
She has some really great poison
This one.
covers.
This is one of the most beautiful covers ever made.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That is
that's
amazing.
gorgeous.
Yeah, that's got to be an homage to that.
Yeah,
I should have jumped on him when I was still collecting OA. I had a chance to get something from him, and that
he said that
Should've
he lives
jumped.
in Japan as well.
There's a few people that have actually. Ryan Benjamin's another one that moved to Japan. I know there's a few artists that love like going to Japan nearly every year. Like I know Addy Granoff and Mark Brooks quite often will actually meet in Japan like every year or every second year and go for like a week or two holidays over there. Yeah, some nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, some nice. Yeah, she's got some super nice covers.
Oh yeah.
She doesn't seem to do. Maybe that's why she doesn't do mail that well. She doesn't do mail well.
Day. That's the one I saw the other day. I liked it, but I don't know why I didn't pick it up. Do you like that one, Chris?
Yeah, I had that.
Let me show these ones on the 616 comics. They got this.
They've got cool variants. I got an Uncle Scrooge variant.
Oh.
And they got this one. I want you to show the one. They did a facsimile of Betty issue 8. I guess Betty and Veronica, right?
I've never seen the Vampirilla one. I was just wondering how she got through the hole in the wall.
It comes out
Is
next
that
week.
out already?
Next week. Yeah.
When does that come out? Next week?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Oh my!
Got some Inception going on here.
I may have to pick one of those up then. Dang it, my kid.
Spin the coin.
Yeah, let me get my pop out.
Oh.
Stop looking at other stuff, Boggs. You keep kicking yourself out.
Okay. I'm just so happy. Number 7 Alabama's
Wonder Woman number 50. See.
Yeah, that's a. I remember actually saying that. That's a gorgeous.
That's the one that they made a statue of this.
Oh.
There's a statue of this in California, I believe. They actually unveiled it, and Frizen wasn't there because she didn't want to leave her dogs.
Are
Yeah,
you
but Jim-
serious?
Have you seen
Yeah,
the
she-
did a Wonder Woman
has
where
a-
it looks like a pinup girl from the 40s? It's pretty beautiful.
She what? She
It's
won
a
third
Wonder Woman 750.
Yeah.
It's
I,
like
I am a little, I
loves
am a
her
little bit
dogs.
partial, even though not being a DC guy, I am a bit partial to Nicola Scott Wonder Woman as well.
Yeah. For sure.
She fellow
This is
fellow
the-
Aussie. Oh wow.
The statue they made of Frizzon's cover there.
nice.
Nice.
That is
Full
cool.
size statue.
I wonder what her husband does besides support her.
He's an artist as well.
Yeah.
Does he do
Not
he
just
doesn't
the
do
bouncer.
comics.
No, he's not into comic book art. He's a painter.
Is this stuff good? Have you seen it or no?
No, and he has a brother, and him and his wife, they're also artists as well. But obviously, Frizzon is the most popular in pop culture.
The breadwinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So husband is full-time bodyguard and part-time painter.
Yes.
For all you perverts
My-
over there.
My wife, she had to be her bodyguard too. With
Hitting
like
on-
crazy fans.
Hitting on his wife. She takes a pretty picture. Like, don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got a picture with her.
A good YouTube intro too, eh?
Thank you.
Yeah, next time I meet her.
She was all about it. I talked about it, and she's like, "Yeah, let's do it." But let me fix my hair. And then, but she actually ended up recording when she was fixing her hair, so I let
What's
that
her
in.
natural hair color as well? I want to know.
Brown, look it up.
Chris knows. He's seen the no.
No, I literally when I put in this, there was a picture of her. Looks like maybe her university days, and she has like a what's that hair? It's like really wavy, almost frizzy.
Ah,
Waka waka.
But a perm. Well, that's what it's called.
Reminds me of that
No, she's-
documentary. There's like a documentary about the Sex Pistols, and
There we go.
Johnny Rotten's talking about Steve Jones. He goes, "Steve got a perm, and unfortunately, it became perm."
Oh,
Hmm. Well, yeah, she is a stunning looking woman.
Yeah,
I'll let Beck hear you say that.
I
Beck's like,
think
what'd
these
you
up
say?
to
I'm
some
looking
guy
at her.
put a claim sale.
She doesn't care.
Yeah, you got it from this cool guy named Heroes for Hire.
Oh, what is
Yeah.
that guy? I never heard of him.
That's one thing I've never bothered getting into was the Sergeant Fury stuff. I never really bothered with it.
Chris,
like,
do you do military
I like
comics?
the Howling Commandos more than I do Sergeant Fury.
Agreed.
Same here.
And the covers are some of the covers are pretty cool. And the price was right.
$2.
And he threw this in for me, which, like I
He's
said, I'll take
reading a
anything.
comic book.
Got Donald Duck on it. Like a little ash can, I guess, that Gemstone made when they were doing the something to hand out at
Oh
con.
no, it's not an ash can. It's a preview guide.
Came with previews, probably.
Yeah, it's a preview. It's not an ash.
Oh,
That's
movie
sick.
variant.
Have you
Yeah,
seen that,
to
Chris?
Walmart.
What's that? What's your question, Wagner?
That Spider-Man. I'm guessing you have one.
Yeah.
Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
He is the Walmart king. Of course, he has one.
And I always like Game Patrol. One day I'll
That guy's
probably
using
put it
steroids.
together. So.
Confirmed.
But I like
Simon
that.
had fun opening the Walmart packs.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
The die cut.
Yeah, he did it in a video.
Up, the gate comes open.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I've got that. Oh,
Man.
Spider-Punk.
That was a good deal.
$5 I gave him that for.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And a couple of
some
Thank-
old school New Mutants.
Thankovich New Mutant covers.
He did some gorgeous New Mutants
Oh,
covers.
yeah.
I
He
used
really
to
did.
have like issue 1 through probably 75 or so, back when I sold my first collection in the 90s. So yeah, I would like to get those back.
I don't actually think I have much New Mutants books. Actually, I really need to look into that.
I figure I'll start with the Psychovich covers. That's most of them, I think, anyway.
Chris, do you like military comics?
A few.
The old Army and fighting Marines and stuff.
For me, it was the Nom growing up.
Yeah.
I read a lot of that.
I had a lot of those.
You read a lot of G.I. Joe when you were a kid too, right, Chris?
Oh yeah, of course G.I. Joe, but G.I. Joe, that's not really. To me, it was just like a toy catalog of book of.
Oh, I know.
Things I didn't have. That's all.
I thought it was cool that
more than it is military.
Military lingo.
The only G.I. Joe books I own are the ones that I've gotten out of the giveaway box.
Would you guys like to see a preview of my next sale?
If there's anything
drop
I want
off, though, guys.
See you, Chris. Have a good night.
Hey, Matt. That's a great book, man.
Yeah, it's wonderful. I love this book.
Let's see it, Matt.
I got 2 copies of it.
Good night, Chris.
I actually Trev won one of my giveaways and I actually added that in as an extra little AOK, one of those books. Oh, no, don't show Defenders because I probably need it.
Some of these aren't going to be $2 though. Like this is the
first Helena Bartonelli or Bertinelli or however you pronounce it.
Red Room. Is that like Red Rum?
Red Rum.
Red Rum.
Oh yeah, I love that one. That's an awesome.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go down and I think I'm collecting enough runs as it is, but I think I may need to go down the New Mutants road.
I'm not up to date on all my keys, but I think this is a key.
That's first
Stained Glass Scarlet.
Is it first what?
Stained Glass Scarlet.
Okay.
Stained Glass Scarlet.
I was going to say, I knew it was something like Scarlet something, or I thought it was like Miss Scarlet or Scarlet Lady or something. Oh, I think I'd need that one.
Well,
I need a lot of stuff, so I'll just shut up now.
Tune in next week.
I'm not going to make you fill out bloody customs forms as we were talking about earlier. Oh, I love some old Thor books.
I think this is the origin of the Odin Force.
Yeah, that's nice.
And I think this is the first appearance of somebody named Algrim. And then
that's he was a I think it was like a dark elf or something.
Yeah, and then this is the third Malekith, the second Malekith, and the first one.
I think I have his first appearance. I think I have his first appearance.
And then I just got some rando stuff like for $2.
I love that. You may have to hold that first one for me. You may have to hold those both for me. The first two you just showed up.
They'll have some poster in it. I checked.
Spec book.
Spec book. Right there, y'all. $2.
Has it got the poster inside?
Yeah.
And Matt, you may want to hold the Justice League and the one with Bane for me.
You'll have to be there at the auction and try and win it.
Yeah.
I'm a child.
Yeah, there's the first Tim Drake costume.
I read it and I loved it.
The old
look, it's
I
Tarzan.
did like a little old. I mean, I have some bigger books. Like I sold that Batman I got, that Silver Age Batman. With,
that's a nice cover.
One of my favorite series as a kid growing up.
I don't think I actually have any of those.
It's a
nice series.
The one and only. Well, I think he's a pretty talented artist, Mike Grell.
Oh, I love
him. No, he's a very underrated, very classic, and he's awesome guy too. Absolutely awesome. He loves telling stories, that's for sure.
You gotta have some Captain America in there. So I always sell my doubles, but that's about
All
it.
the buttons.
More Defenders.
Oh, yeah. I need to get back into my Defenders run.
Actually, I got one of my favorite issues is the one where I just got it. My buddy sent it to me. It says it's the death of Batman and Joker, but it must be that Batman and Joker. I don't really know about
like Elseworlds or something.
So in that, no, it's not in Elseworlds. In the New 52 run, Batman and Joker both disappear and are presumed dead at the time, and that's when the next episode after, or next issue after that, you start to have Jim Gordon starts to become Batman and takes on the Batman the Gundam Batman suit or whatever. And for a while, and then eventually Bruce Wayne and Joker show back up again, but they're effectively lost and assumed dead for a period of time.
Okay. That's why I have Rob around. He could always answer these lingering questions.
I can't answer all, but I did read that run. I read the full out of the New 52 run for Batman. So yes, I know that story.
Thanks to Kevin, I got some cool Hot Wheels for free.
Oh, nice.
Those are treasure hunts. Don't forget.
I'm going to keep them in the pack. But I got the rally car ones out because they were dope.
Street bags.
There's my Defenders run. So I have a decent chunk of the run.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of spots
you got
that I need to be able to fill.
I'll be honest, if you lived in America, I would just mail them to you.
I was going to say, I know a lot of Defenders books over there are like dollar bin books or whatever, but over here they're like $10, $15, $20 books even for non-keys.
Wow.
But the 3 Marvel feature books are the hardest to try and get over here because anybody who has them tries to sell them for stupid.
One of my favorite issues of the whole run was this one where they have this TV guy tells them, "Hey, they're having tryouts for the figures. And they all show up at their front door."
Yeah, all these B-run superheroes show up trying to join the team.
Yeah. Like Miss Marvel's like, "I'm sick of the Avengers. They're always arguing. Let me join the Defenders."
That's good.
Yeah, it's a good run. It's about 160 or 170 book run.
Like 150, 60,
it's a decent sized run.
I finally completed my Jim Lee variants for number 1, X-Men #1 today. Nice. I got the gatefold one today.
The gatefold one finally. Yeah. So you got, because I think that's all there was.
Oh, go ahead. Where's Bo?
And I got the Topic Farley ASM, the one where you got the Santa Claus hat on the box corner. Finally got it.
Is that 3?
Let me look it up. I got it. Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
And I got 4 slabs on the way. I got Wolverine issue 10. It's an 8.5, but I wanted it. I'm buying the book, not the grade. Uncanny X-Men 205, which I got for $30 in an 8.5. I know that's a low grade, and then I got
8.5 is not a low grade.
Okay, I know it's not a 9.8. What I meant. ASM 328 in a 9.4, and Captain America's 275 in a 9.4, and I got a great deal on them. I got the ASM 328 for $60.
What's the website?
And $39 for the Captain America 275.
My comic shop, right?
Yeah, mycomicshop.com. I just went there and looked for slabs of like certain characters. And then I put in the advanced search, and I looked for slabs only, and then I sorted by price and looked at the cheapest ones first.
Yeah. See what they got up there.
So now I have 10 slabs.
What's up, James? Matt, have your statues shipped yet?
No, they ship November 30th. So we get the.
I always forget that it's like a week away.
It's I got the Hulk 340 and the Incredible Hulk 345 statues.
Oh, the McFarlane ones. Yeah, I'm still trying to. I'm still contemplating. I don't like the smaller ones. Look cool and be cheaper, obviously, to collect, but I don't know. They just look a little bit too small.
Yeah, they are. That's why I'm getting the 1/6 scale. I think they're a little bit better.
Yeah, I think they're about $80 or $90.
I got
retail over here, which is about 55 to 60 American. sort of thing. So, which I think they're about $50 retail over there. So,
I got lucky and I was able to get in on the pre-orders before they sold out, and I got both for $85.99 plus shipping and handling, which is so it come out to about $111.
Yeah, no. So when I went to my pop vinyl guy the other week, he wasn't there. He was actually his daughter was there, and I noticed behind the counter he had the Spidey and the Captain America one, and I'm just like, I'd love to get the Spidey one. The Captain America, I'm still a little undecided on, but yeah, they still look cool.
The Captain America one from the ASM 324, I think. I think it's 324. Was it 323? No, it's 323.
Hey,
see, got the shield like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I might bite the bullet. I just need to put my mindset of not being a completist and just get maybe one or two, not try to get the whole bloody lot, because then I'll end up being another rabbit hole that I don't have.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. I'm just getting the ones that I want.
Yeah.
Although I wanted the Spider-Man one, but I think it's already sold out on there. But you can probably get it aftermarket, but they'll jack the price up.
I don't want to try and track down that Marvel Legends. Like, I'm not a big Marvel Legends guy, but like there's an odd one or two that I've sort of liked, but I want to try and get that Danny Ketch Ghost Rider one that was him in the bike. I wouldn't mind trying to track one of them down.
I might head out, guys.
Have a good night,
Kyle.
Night, Kyle.
Thanks for joining, mate. Take it easy.
Love you. Love you.
Take it easy, brother.
Thank you.
That's all right. Might actually call it an early one today, I reckon.
Yeah, okay.
Might
If you do, I'll probably just pop live then, because I got nothing else to do tonight.
Yeah, I was just thinking, sort of winding down a little bit, and I know Brian was doing his 2,000 subscriber giveaway thing.
He's doing a giveaway thing right now.
Is he? Who's he live with? Is it open panel or no?
Oh no, it wouldn't be open panel.
No,
not for a giveaway show, and not like I did. Muted again, Rob.
You talking about Brian?
Yeah.
No, not right now. He definitely would not be doing an open.
No, yeah, with like Razor would jump in, probably be like, "Oh hey."
No, definitely not. But I think. Sorry, go on, Kev.
I picked this up at a antique mall yesterday for $10. I mean, it's a really sharp copy too. I remember buying that off the stand when I was a kid.
Spidey, if you do jump off, I'm probably gonna go live if anybody wants to join.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a call. Sort of winding down a little bit, and it probably gives me a good chance to actually go and have a rest for once.
There you go.
Matt,
Good
Kevin,
idea.
I'll send you the link, Rob, if you want. I can send it to you. I don't know if you're busy.
I'm probably gonna actually go eat some dinner and sit in my recliner.
Have a good night.
All right.
Matt,
I'll try to come on. I got some couple things to do then on.
okay, Kev, I'll send you the link.
Okay. I'll be on.
All right. Thank you, everybody who's been on the panel tonight. Everybody who's been in the chat. Greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for hanging out and all that sort of good stuff. Be good to each other, and we'll do this.
The word jaundice comes